And so in this paragraph, he says, you know, I picked up a guitar. My uncle gave me a guitar, and I learned other people's songs first. And then I took those lyrics and made the lyrics into the lyrics that other people wanted to hear. You got to give people what they want first, right? That's what I got from that sentence. And then he says, and then I changed those lyrics to lyrics that they needed to hear. And those songs carried me for the rest of my life.
Podcast and stuff. We just started. Who am I here with today?
I don't know. Who am I? Forgot. My name's Sean. I'm also known as Netherfriends. Yeah, that's me.
Who is Netherfriends?
That's me.
I know, but who is Netherfriends?
Oh, Netherfriends is a guy that sits in his room all day and smokes weed. And he's been uploading 3 albums a month this year. 3 new albums.
Damn. So you took it already to the reason why I even know you exist. So like in parts of these parts, I met you through Tomas Lizarazo. But he brought you up because I used to talk a lot like in terms of like inspiration and shit about this rapper called Rush. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of Rush.
So like his narrative was that he's not doing this right now, but pretty much he did a song a week, you know, on SoundCloud and stuff, and that really helped propel him. And he's like, yo, so this guy here I met on Empire, you know, one of these days. And he's like, he's doing 2 albums. This was last year. He's doing 2 albums a month.
Yeah.
And then now he's like, but I think he's telling me he's gonna do 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And then he shows me your Spotify, and I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's doing it. And you can see it. I forgot how many years we went back, but we went back a few years, and it was like the normal album release, you know, like maybe once every whenever.
Yeah.
And then maybe it's 2016 or 17. You can see it. Like you can see it. It just started going and going and going. Yo.
I know.
So like you're probably one of the first people that I know that I can like talk and touch is that like who's doing that. So like where do you even get that idea from?
Just of like struggle, like just of like not making money and being desperate to just do something that will help me just not have to work a shitty job. So like because in 2010 I went and just like I quit everything.
Yeah.
And I went on tour for a year. I went to all 50 states.
And it's still under the same alias, right?
Netherfriends, yeah. And I hired different lineups, and by the end of it I was doing it all myself. I was like, fuck being in a band. I'm a one-man band now. And I went to Alaska by myself and toured. Well, actually I brought somebody for the first time when I went to Alaska and Hawaii during that year too. Hawaii I did by myself.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, it's not that, don't go to Hawaii by yourself. It's not a good look.
I did it by myself, but not to tour. It's just to go. I just went just to go.
Really? Did you have a good time?
Well, to be fair though, like I knew friends from Texas who lived there, so I don't know if
that's
that
different.
counts.
I didn't know anybody.
But you know what? Like she was kind of in a different place in her life, like so. Like I almost kind of didn't really get to hang with her as much. So my best day was when I just walked around the island myself.
That's cool.
Did you
go
like
to
wandering.
North Shore?
We did. That one she took me though, because you needed a car for that. Because I was staying in the Chinatown area.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, it's like
the area's weird.
It
smells really good.
That area reminded me of like some city part. So like, especially like you go there around night, you know, like, so it reminds me like, all right, this is the place where people come to make money, but you stay here at night and then different things happen, you know?
Yeah. I went to all 50 states and I went to Hawaii, and I just kept touring after that because I was like, I got some lucky breaks, and so I was able to just keep touring, but I was on food stamps for 2 years. I had no home.
While touring, or?
Yeah, when I was on tour.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, when I went to get health insurance like 2 or 3 years ago, this was right before I started doing the Spotify thing. The lady that like checked out how much income I was making, she's like, you must have some really good friends, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Because like I was just crashing with people on tour for nonstop and like just getting really lucky breaks on like subletting places for under $200. Like just like lucky, like, you know, and I would live in Chicago every summer and then just keep touring. But then I came to Austin. I just decided to move here. I fell in love with this girl and I was so sick of touring and just being somebody said, I'll never forget this quote, and I just use it all the time. It makes me sound jaded, but like, live music is just a vessel for alcohol sales. That's all it is. It's a vessel for drug sales, really.
Yeah.
But I think of it as like alcohol sales. Like we're really living in that time where I think, I mean, everything is just how many drinks is the bar going to make off you. And that's really what it comes down to. A lot of the venues are bar venues.
Yeah.
And I don't want to drink. I'd rather smoke weed.
Yeah.
So I just, when I moved to Austin, I spent all my money to move to Austin with this girl that I fell in love with. And the day I moved there, I move in this bed right here that this guy bought me because he was a fan. And he was like, dude, welcome to Texas. We move in the bed and the girl is on the only couch in this place. She didn't bring any of her stuff with her because it was still in Kansas. So my shit was still in Chicago. And she says, listen, my ex-boyfriend just moved to Austin. I need to go end it with him. And then I'm going to come back and we'll celebrate. And she never came back.
Damn.
And I sat in this house for 3 weeks with no Wi-Fi, no heat, like no hot water.
Yeah.
So I had to take cold showers. Like that was when I found out about Wim Hof. We were talking about it before. Yeah.
Okay.
About the Iceman. Because I was learning that breathing technique to be able to take cold showers. Yeah. And I didn't have a computer. My computer got stolen on tour. So I didn't even have a computer. And so I was recording my first album I released when I started dropping an album a month. Was called No Computer, and it was me recording live beats with my live setup, with my loop pedals and a synthesizer, and it was going through a cassette. I recorded it straight to cassette and then got someone to digitize it for me. And then after that, I met a girl in Austin after the other girl who ended up, like, I used her computer to make Don't Be a Fuckboy, like all these big albums that like people love now that were on her computer. Like I made them while she was at work.
Nice.
Yeah, I just finessed. Shout out Caroline. I made a song called Caroline. It's actually one of my bigger songs. It's the only song that's not about fuckboys on my Don't Be a Fuckboy album. Yeah, the whole album about fuckboys.
No, I heard driving here. I heard what is it called? My last album about fuckboys. That's what I was there.
Yeah, that's my third. Don't Be a Fuckboy 3. I was going to call it Don't Be a Fuckboy 3, but I was like, that's redundant. Let's just call it something new with fuckboys in the title.
And the trilogy, so is it really the end of the trilogy?
It is, yeah. I don't want to...
You don't want to do Return of a Fuckboy?
I'll still sing about him every so often in my lyrics, but I'm not going to make a whole album about fuckboys. It's already played out. You know, there's so many other things I could sing about. So I'll give people 3, and then after that, it's over.
Okay.
I think we did Kids Trap 3. Like we did Kids Trap 1, 2, and 3. No more Kids Trap. And then I move on. I think 3 is the only... I don't want to be Lil Wayne and have like
Carter 5,
Carter 12, Carter 13.
So in that, so when do you get to the album thing, like to doing all the albums? Like,
how did I come to that?
Like just that idea of like doing.
Well, I have this distribution. So when I dropped the 50 States project, this guy put me on to DistroKid, which is a distribution company made by a musician.
Me and a lot of other friends are on them. Yeah.
So their whole what is it, like their pitch to musicians is, hey,
the $20 unlimited.
It's like $20 a year. That's less than Spotify a year if you listen to Spotify. You can make a living off uploading music to Spotify for $20 a year. You just upload, and then you can upload as many albums as you want. So I was like, all right, well, 1 album a month this year. I've maybe see if this works. 4 or 5 months in, I think it was right after I made the Money album, I started getting it was every month I get a raise. I still get a raise every month from Spotify since I started dropping an album a month. And I was running with it.
So basically, DistroKid gave you the idea from their pitch of
yeah, because no one else is going to do it. I mean, the biggest problem with humans, I read a lot of books, dude, because I was so broke.
Yeah.
And I I would go to coffee shops and I just didn't want to look at my phone, so I just bring different books that inspired me, like Seth Godin style books. You know
shit,
Seth Godin?
Yeah, Seth Godin's a shit.
Yeah, like a lot
he just started a podcast. It's real good.
Yeah, I've listened to it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Seth Godin type books, like I love those style where they just teach you like everybody's an artist and here's what you need to do to be more creative, and just a lot of techniques and shit. The other great one is Stephen Pressfield's.
Him, I'm not familiar with.
It's The War of Art.
Oh, I think I've heard that. Is that the one where he's talking about like the self and like making?
Yeah.
I did read that, but so my problem is, but I'm probably gonna just get on Audible because I can digest these things as audiobooks. Yeah, but man, reading I'm super slow. It might take me months to get through it.
School makes you hate reading, dude.
Yeah, but now in audio form books, like I get through them, and now I'm getting used to doing ×2 speed and all that.
Yeah.
Most things don't have ×3, so I haven't even tried that yet. But I heard Audible does. But, but I did read that book. It was a good one too.
Stephen Pressfield, his book says our biggest fear. I mean, this is a Seinfeld joke too, but our biggest fear in life is public speaking. That's our biggest fear in life, that we fear that more than death. So that means we'd rather be in the casket than giving the eulogy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's because we have fear in ourselves because of it's from our primate, or our primitive times when we were cave people and we were being chased by mountain lions and different predators. We don't have to worry about that, so we fear each other and being judged. And that's why we don't have to fear predators anymore. So we fear other people judging us. We fear each other.
Do you know the local beat group here, Feedback Alliance? So like I'm friends with them too, and I'm part of it kind of too. And at one point they were holding like talks like a month. They used to do them at Empire, and then it actually moved to the Google building, and now it's kind of stopped. But we would just do tutorials in our techniques, like music skills or whatever. And they asked me to do one. I was like, well, I'm going to talk about from my music thing. Like, I felt like anyone can do, but I was one of the first ones of us doing like live streaming. So I was like, I'll just do it on that. The only reason I did it was because I don't know if it's my number one fear in life, but it's what you said. I'm like, that scares the shit out of me talking in public. So I'm like, I'm gonna fucking do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, even going up there, it's like my fucking heart's racing and all that shit. And then once you can kind of, I was nervous the whole fucking time, but once you get into some flow, then it starts to make sense and stuff. You know?
Yeah, you're just not comfortable doing it if you do it over and over again. I know people always ask, are you nervous when you play shows? I'm like, no.
That used to happen to me in the very beginning too. But like, now you're worried about, your mind is doing so much, that like...
Yeah, but you're so used to it that you're like, all right, I've done this before. And if I suck, I suck. Who cares?
Yeah.
It'll be another show.
But it takes a while to get the mind to that. And that's what stops a lot of people. They don't understand that the growth's going to happen.
So I knew that fear, I just can't have fear with the music thing, with releasing all this music. And I'm doing this I started doing it for myself. Like no one was paying attention. And I mean, people who, it's interesting how many people know about me, but don't keep up and don't even know that I'm still releasing music. Because I run into people and ask me, are you still doing Netherfriends? Like a lot of people. So no, it's really fascinating. Like I really just do this shit for myself. And I'll get, a handful of people here and there asking me or suggesting albums. That's like I could see that being a real problem in the future, being the album guy. So it's like, what you should make an album about? And I've yet to hear one that I was like, oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, really?
Never.
So what are they suggesting?
It's just stupid ideas I would never do. So yeah, if anybody's listening, I don't need your suggestions. I'm sorry. I'm doing this, because it's, at the end of the day, I'm just pleasing myself. And I mean, it just so happens that I'm getting paid off of it. I don't have to sell anything.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at selling shit, dude. I have like boxes of these records that I had that I outlived.
I saw some in the living room. Yeah.
Yeah, those aren't mine. Okay. But like I have these Netherfriends records. They're not even here. They're in Chicago. But I outlived one of my labels that I was working with when I was younger, and they pressed a Netherfriends vinyl for my 50 States project, and they went bankrupt, so they just gave me the records.
Damn.
And the guy was like, he just gave me all of them, and I've been trying to sell them, and I'm terrible at selling shit. I just don't know how to sell shit online. So I'm so grateful that I could just release music. I don't even have to promote it on social media. I don't know why I still abide by that kind of, oh, you got to promote, you got to post about it. It's like not that many people actually go from Instagram to Spotify. I'm sure a few, but most of the people that listen to me on Spotify are random ass motherfuckers who think I'm a band.
So like on the suggest thing or something?
No, it's playlists.
Yeah, oh, okay.
That's how I make a living, dude. It's all playlists.
So
and I don't even pay for the playlists. Like, they just put me on them because it's new.
Okay.
Anything new, they're like, fuck anything old. If you're, whatever has happened right this second is what people care about. No one cares about what you did yesterday. That's why I kind of like, I mean, ideally it would be amazing to do an album a day, just to be like, fuck all of you. But I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea, but it would be interesting if I especially if I took a year off and just built up a huge roster of music.
Yeah.
And then just went crazy and did albums every day.
I'm always suggesting, because I have a friend who does high output too, but he has released like nothing. Like hardly anything.
He just records all of it.
Yeah, and just keeps it.
Dude,
and he's even on DistroKid right now. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Billions.
But
of
I'm
kids.
always telling him like, dude, your output, because he already has over 24 hours of music. I'm like, the way you make music, dude, at least a song a day.
Dude, that's so sad.
He could be a song a day. Yeah, I've gone through it time and time with him.
That's so sad.
And at this point, I'm like, there's nothing left for me to say. Like, it's all on him now, you know?
Yeah, it always bums me out, dude. I really have to put blinders up a lot with other people.
Yeah.
Because it always bums me out how many people are like, I mean, I'm even guilty of it, but it's like self-sabotage in a way. And I really believe a lot of people could take advantage of the system we have right now, but they're just, it's culture. We copy each other, traditions. You got to be on a label. You got to have a publicist. You got to have a manager. You got to have all these things. But I've watched enough behind the music to know that that's not the wave. That's not the way you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
There's better ways. There's new ways, especially with the internet.
Yeah.
You just have to take advantage of it.
So what are the ways? Or is just putting this stuff out?
Just drop one album a month on DistroKid. That's it.
All right.
I don't do anything else. It's like, yeah, I play shows, but they don't really do that much. I don't play in front of thousands of kids every night. I play in front of like 7 to maybe 200 people. Usually closer to the 7. But every so often there's like 200 people there. I'm like, oh shit. Hey.
Let's go, right? Let's go.
Like, I feel it.
I don't know. Let me see, because I feel like learning some shit from you right now. So like, because I'm on Discord too. But I've never done that high output thing. But I've done.
Yeah, because no one has.
I've done the high output thing if you combine all the things that stretch me. Because I've never been like, let me stick with music. I started with music and then I was like, oh, I want a video. And then I just kept learning more.
Yeah.
So if you combine, I've only limited myself now to 3 because I used to do like 6 different things. And I was like, this is impossible. This is killing me.
It's about deadline.
Yeah.
You know, you guys set deadlines for yourself. So if you're going to do, like, I sew. So I've been sewing my own hats. I sew like, you know, fucking Mickey Mouse smoking a joint on a hat. And I'll do custom hats and shit for people online. And that's something I do in the morning instead of, because I always freak out. Like I hate looking at a screen all day. Like that shit's goofy to me. So it's like anything that will get me out of the house to, like, you know, I love going to coffee shops and I draw. So I sell paintings sometimes, like watercolors. And then I've been doing like the sewing, like just like having new skills, but then applying it to either just making more money. I don't know. It's just like another way to it's another avenue stream.
Yeah.
That you can, another skill you build up, you spend the 10,000 hours and then
you're good at it.
Yeah, now you're really good at it and people are paying you too much money. You're like, what? I mean, already like what I get paid for a custom hat's stupid, but like, I think of it as like anything you make is considered art. Anything. So you could just make something and be like, no, I made this, so you gotta buy it from me. It could be anything.
Damn, the irony that you put out that many albums and you're like, man, I hate looking at a screen.
Yeah, right.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, I make a lot of albums now that I should post about it. I haven't said it on the internet, but my one album is a classical guitar album, and it was all recorded in a hotel room on tour, or different hotel rooms on tour, and I just used my cell phone. So I didn't use a laptop to record it or a nice microphone. I just put my cell phone right next to the bed, just played the guitar. The guitar was $35. I got a Guitar Center on tour because I was like, I should get a classical guitar. I was like, oh, sick.
It's fun. I was hearing the Flowers album because I was just hearing it in order of like newness. So I was hearing the Flowers one on the way too.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, this sounds recorded different. Like the piano almost sounds like like there's some type of mic or something just in the room.
Yeah, it was one mic.
Yeah.
And it was in I sublet a house for a month in Chicago in February.
Yeah,
I don't know why I did that, but it was awesome. Like, I mean, it was snowing the whole time. It was great. It was beautiful. And it was this huge house too. So I was by myself. I think I just wanted my own place. And I never had, I've yet to live alone by myself. No, that's a lie. Yet to like have my own place for a year kind of place. I've had a place, you know, for a couple months. Like my grandparents went to Florida they live in Queens, and I stayed in their house in the winter when they went to Florida for the winter. So I got like my own place, and I got addicted to that feeling of being like, oh, I could record whenever I want, you know?
Yeah.
And so I decided to find a place in Chicago and do that. And they had a piano there. I saw it in the Craigslist ad. There was actually a drum set too, and I was like, "Oh, sick! They're gonna have like all these instruments."
Yeah.
And I mean, I used a lot of them, but the drum set the dude took with him, I was so salty. I was so salty because he lied to me when I was looking at the place, and he was like, "Yeah, the drum set's gonna stay." I'm like, "All right, cool." He lied.
Damn.
But anyway, the piano there. I was like, right the day before I left, I was like, I should just record myself playing for like 30 minutes. And so I sat down, I looked at the laptop, I thought I hit record, and I turned around to the piano and I played for 30 minutes, turned around, nothing was recorded.
Damn.
Yeah. So in the beginning of the Songs for Flowers album, you could hear me like, I sound upset. I'm like, and then I start playing.
I did hear a breath. Yeah, I did hear a breath.
That's me pissed off because I thought I was recording for 30 minutes of like solid, amazing piano work, and none of it was recorded.
Sometimes, because I was like, all right, maybe that's just like a thing of his, because in one of the other albums, I can't remember, but like it had like loops in the background, and so you're just, these were more seemed on purpose, like, but like it would just be you, but it's in the back. So I was like, all right, maybe he just likes to use his voice in ways in the background of things, but that's just anger.
No, that was just anger. I mean, that was all recorded live. I mean, that was such a crazy album to me. I mean, I've already like kind of proven to myself that like you just gotta record anything. I recorded myself camping. Went camping. We used sticks and rocks for the drums and made a rap album in the woods. I made so many just like weird albums of just using one instrument. Like, you gotta limit yourself. It's like the things that I just think limiting yourself sounds terrible, but that's what you're supposed to do when it comes to being creative. You gotta use one color when you're painting, or like doing stuff like that with music is really powerful for me. Like using just one instrument or coming up with one subject.
Is that why the albums have themes?
Yeah, because if I didn't do that, I would not be able to make this much music. I would get fucking just like writer's block. I never get writer's block.
It's crazy because that's so you're like, not the I don't believe in the writer's block either, but I mean like,
no, it's possible.
I know it's possible, but I just
limit yourself.
But in terms of like, we talking about Wim Hof and stuff, in terms of mind framed, I'm like, if you just kind of put yourself in this mind frame, I feel like you should always be able to write something. But just the thing that makes you write more is that you just said it right there, limit yourself, that there's less. That's the crazy thing. Damn.
The less you do, the better. Yeah, it's just less is more. It really is. I mean, I love coming up with the concept. I'll just come up with concepts, like the Weekend album that's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's all about the weekend, but it started as just a beat album, and it was with a thumb piano, one of those Mimbira African gourd type pianos with like the little tines that you play with your fingers. I found one in their basement in that house I was subletting. And I found that place on Craigslist too. It was crazy. It was awesome. But yeah, I found like all these instruments. I found a broken cello, so I have a cello like beat tape that I just am sitting on. I'm gonna make into an album. I just come up with a concept and then I take those beats and then I write on top of them.
Got you.
Yeah, I don't always do that. I just like to do different ideas. Damn. Just come up with different ways to make an album. There's a billion.
So like right now, like what are you working on right now?
Right
in
now,
Ableton, yeah.
This one is a song called "Grow a Beard."
Okay.
and it's for the album about losing my hair. It's called Bald.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not even done, the Bald album yet.
No, I'm finishing it. I have like 6 days to finish it.
Okay. So then, like, so did you get the deadline thing from that book then?
Probably. I don't know. I got a lot of my shit from a lot of people.
Gotcha. So like,
But I don't know where the album thing really happened. It was kind of interesting because I'd read a lot of books that would kind of reinforce what I was doing and be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Like, and I read a lot of creative writer's block books, even though I don't have writer's block. And it's like my favorite thing to do lately is because I got addicted to touring. But I'm just so sick of being at bars and playing shows for nobody.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a guarantee and you don't have a legitimate booking agent, you're not going to it's not going to be a good show. So now I just travel. I'll like find cheap plane tickets and then rent a car because I don't own a car here anyway. Yeah. So like it's kind of nice to like go somewhere new and then just have a car and be like, oh, I like went to Colorado and I know one person there. And I just hung out with fans. And smoked weed with them and went to like do nature shit. No shows. I didn't write any music. It was amazing. And then I came back here for a day. Then I flew to Chicago, played a show that night. And then the rest of the week recorded 2 albums, finished another album, finished the Weekend album, and just like, smoked. That's it.
Is that rare than not writing of an album for you?
What do you mean, like in every trip?
Well, yeah, because you said it was great. So like that almost highlights.
It felt really nice. I mean, I try to record a lot, and I just was like, I just wanted to take a little vacation. I'd never taken a vacation in my life. Like I think about it, I was like, I've never taken a vacation that wasn't just for like a purpose of, it was always like I had a show. I was going on tour. Like tours were always like the vacation.
Yeah.
But it's not vacation.
Yeah.
It's definitely not.
So how do you get the deadlines like for like is it different for depending on what you're working with, or is it always like 7 days, or is it always like
I don't know. It's kind of just whenever. I mean, I have 3 albums a month, so it could be like whenever.
Well, like for this one, like you said, you have 6 days. Like, where does that come from, or is that?
Oh, because it takes like 5 days to upload. I think. Yeah, they're always like, "Oh, you're cutting it close." Like I always cut it close, but I know 5 days.
Gotcha.
It always goes up. So
you're just literally using their deadlines.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I wish it would go up immediately. That would be amazing if I could do that.
So like, making it this much, is the music still fun for you? Like, is it still an enjoyable thing? It is.
Oh yeah, I think it's getting more fun. Like I'm having more fun making music and coming up with like crazy ideas I would never sing about. Because I think that's what I love, is coming up with a concept.
So a challenge.
Yeah, like a concept that applies to me that I think about a lot. Like I'll just be doing the most mundane thing and then come up with an idea for an album and then go home and start recording it, or just like have it and write it in my phone. I just have like a list of album ideas.
Damn.
Yeah. And then I'm sitting on like at least 12 to 50 I don't know how many albums I'm just sitting on that I haven't done anything with.
But like they're not complete.
Finished. Okay, yeah. Okay. They're just
so like maybe the music's kind of there.
But the music's never complete. Let's be for real.
No, I know.
It's not. It's not. So like, and they're probably sitting on songs that could have a lot of plays, that could have millions of plays if I released them, but I'm being stupid, just like how everyone else is.
When you say the music's never, do you mean the music itself, or do you mean like, because for me it would be like, man, like the mix is never done. Okay.
The mix is never done.
Got you.
You're always like, oh, that's too loud.
Yeah.
And people don't care.
No, they don't.
Nobody cares about shit. Really.
Only one who ever comments on that is other people who make shit, and it's like.
Yeah, that's why I just try to make shit that like hypes me up. Like I just think it's like the ultimate challenge to make an album about losing your hair. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I mean, people are going to be like, there's no way this can be good. And then they click the first song and then they're like, oh shit. Because it just has like the elements that I would want to hear in a song. And anytime I play it for people, they're like, oh, this is nice.
Yo, it's totally random, but yeah, coming here, the last Fuckboy album, I heard your dog is a fuckboy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to play it twice, yo, because I was like, this one, I was like, this beat is real. Yeah, I was like, yo, this is a good one. I was like, oh shit. Even though he's just like, your dog's a fuckboy.
It's such a dumb song. The beat is so hot.
Yeah, man. I was like,
I know, that's the thing I love about my music is it's just I don't know, dude. It's like that's what music should be. It should be fun.
yeah,
And just like ridiculous. I mean, where I come from in life, it's like, what else would I make? What other kind of music should I make? It's like just whatever. It's like whatever's on my mind and whatever I'm going through and see.
yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It's just funny. Like I just know so many fuckboy dogs, and I didn't even really know of a dog at that time that was like that. But I was like, everybody knows a dog like this that's done one of these stupid things.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's pretty much every dog. Let's be for real. Dogs are stupid. Just because I'm allergic, and I never had a dog as a kid.
Gotcha.
That's why I got. But I like 3-legged dogs though. If I had a dog, it would have 3 legs.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what. You know how like girls get when they see puppies or like little dogs they like. They're like, oh.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I get
your
with
all?
3-legged dogs. I'm like, oh, it's a 3-legged.
Gotcha.
I don't know why. They're my favorite dogs. I want one. It doesn't have to be. It could be any type.
Well, you're still allergic to it, so you
still allergic.
can't.
So I would be sneezing and I'd have red eyes the whole time. I would have hives. They smell. Yeah, I don't think I would have a dog for like a day and be like, all right, cool.
This was a good experience.
Yeah, I did
now
it.
I can write an album.
Yeah,
about
yeah, that's kind of like, I'm wondering like if when I do an album a week, like how crazy the subject matter is gonna get. But I kind of have a figured out like system of, so I have, what is that, 4 albums a month, right?
Yeah.
So I think kids albums would be a really good like avenue to go
That's a whole
down.
different market too, man.
Right? And if I'm
Yes.
doing an album a week, it's like 1 album a month is just a kid's album, right? And that's simple. Second, I want to make an album just about weed. Like, I've never made weed-centric albums, like Afro Man style.
Yeah, yeah.
You know Afro Man?
Yeah, I remember him, Jay and Silent Bob and all that, yeah.
So if I just make like stoner albums, I guess that's what they'd be considered, just like stoner albums. Albums designed for people who smoke weed. Do that once a month. So that's 2 albums a month right there. So then the third one, what was it? I really want to make albums that are for like, that my mom would like.
Okay.
But I would like them too, you know, where it's like, my mom would be like, oh, these are great. And I'm not, so it'd probably be like love albums, like more like soul, like really sexy music, no trap beats.
I mean, like classical R&B?
Yeah, maybe like go down like different avenues like that. But just like, yeah, like I would love to like do a crooner album and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the last album, so we got 4 albums a month, would be like whatever it would be about.
That'll
like,
be your free
like,
one. This is what I do.
Yeah, it could
I
be
want.
like, I think like instrumental albums would be a great avenue to go down.
Okay.
So
You covering all the bases.
yeah,
dude.
because everybody loves instrumental albums. People tell me I made a music for studying, a classical album.
Wow.
Yeah, the United Kingdom Philharmonic put up their entire every player performing a single note. So like a cellist playing the cello, playing C.
From that album?
Yeah, I mean I use the samples all the time, but they put them up on the website, and you can download them for free and do whatever you want with them. And they're just single notes, or like a little like like on the cello or violin.
Yeah, yeah.
There's flute, clarinet. So I did a whole album like that, and I did that on tour. When I was on tour with these rappers.
Damn.
Yeah, we were in Canada, and I was sitting there on my laptop in the van, making a classical album.
So how many instruments do you play, by the way, too?
I don't know.
At this point, like, especially the way I hear you talking, I imagine, like, there probably is no limit. You probably play all of them whether you can or not, because you'll figure out something to do with it.
Yeah, that's why I like playing the cello, because I don't know how to play the cello, and it was broken too. So
but
it's
you
kind
can
of fun.
still use those sounds for something.
Yeah, I went to school for music, so I have a music background, and I studied music in high school too. So I took guitar lessons as a kid.
So how did you get
lessons.
into music as a kid?
Just my parents, my dad, like really, he played a lot of music for me. Like no one ever actually played music in my family, but they listened to a lot of it. Like my dad was a big fan of music. I think that's probably why I started making music because he was a scientist. He
And
didn't.
you were like, nope, not doing that.
Yeah, but I think he like, I don't know, maybe he subconsciously like pushed me in that direction because he vicariously wished he could. I don't know. I've just been told this by family members recently, so I was like putting the pieces together and like why I am the way I am. You know, I'm like, oh yeah. But yeah, I had no free time as a kid, so I think that's why I live my life now. It's like I had to go to Hebrew school twice a week. I had to go to synagogue twice a week, and I had to go to school.
Damn.
And I probably had extracurricular activities after school.
Damn.
No free time.
Where was this at?
Where did I grow up?
Yeah.
I grew up outside of Philadelphia.
East Coast.
Yeah, I was angry East Coast.
East Coast fuck boys.
Yeah, right.
East Coast I heard that one too.
Yeah,
dude. That's crazy. And then from there, you just keep going and going. And it seemed like your father supported you too, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like he's a big supporter. My mom still wants me to get a job. She likes. I remember like recently she was telling me that I should be a barista.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I don't think she understands what I do. But
I was gonna say, so normally in a lot of these stories, like once you prove to the parents that hey, you're making money, usually they're like, oh, yeah, my bad.
No, I need to like make I think I need some serious bread before my mom gets off my back.
Gotcha.
Like I need to like own a house and
gotcha.
Like drive a Tesla.
Oh man.
Right. I think then my mom will be like, you're doing it. Or if I'm on television. But yeah, it's like some people really buy into that sort of lifestyle. And I just think, when I was in Chicago recently, that's where I started Netherfriends.
Yeah.
And I went to school there and I got recognized a decent amount, like not like crazy amount, but like, every so often somebody would be like, oh shit. Like either I knew them or they were a fan. But I couldn't imagine being like stupid famous. Like how annoying that would be walking down the street with your fucking friend or lady friend. And
now you're always on. You don't get a break. Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. It's nice that people want to be your friend and like say hi. But I couldn't imagine just walking in the street and every single person being like, can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? And like swarming you.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow. But I mean, that goes away, and then you probably get like sad because nobody cares about you anymore.
Everything, there'll be the high and the low.
Yeah, but I'm grateful for obscurity. Like that's another thing I always read. It's like be grateful for obscurity, because there's gonna come a time in your life if you're really working hard that you're gonna get a lot of accolades, and a lot of people are gonna come out of nowhere, and it's gonna be stressful.
It almost sounds like a different way of saying almost enjoy the journey, like. Oh
yeah, dude. That's the one thing I love about what I've been doing recently is that I don't feel jaded when it comes to releasing music. It's fun. Like this is all I do. I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like before I had to go places. I had to show up to sound check with some fuckboy that wishes he could be playing the show, and he's treating me like shit because he's doing sound for me.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that anymore. It finally broke through to that, so it's like I've escaped the jaded, awful route that I was headed down. Whereas, like, I don't know, man. I just don't think playing shows is a good game unless you're part of the system and you have a booking, like a legit booking agent.
That's funny. Yo, I stopped playing last year because of that. Like what you just said. Like I just like, all right, this is not going nowhere.
No.
I mean, take a step back and like change something.
Yeah, and I found a different lane that makes a lot more sense in this world we live in, where everyone's on their phones. Nobody wants to go to a bar anymore, dude. Like especially for a show that's cost too much money, and they just want to smoke weed in their room.
This is cool because this emphasizes how true those albums are, because yes, that was a topic too in your songs. You hate bars, you don't want to go to bars.
Yeah, dude. Fuck that shit. It's just gross, man. It's not the wave.
It's weird because it's like the normal, just like you were saying, everything comes from the culture, so it's almost like this is what we do, right? It's the weekend, or just this is what we do at night in general. Like,
yeah.
Even no matter the day. And it's like, you want to do music, like, well, I guess I want to be in bars, but like, I don't even really drink. So it's just like, the fuck do I do here?
Yeah.
The fuck do I do? Like,
yeah, I mean, that's the sad truth is everyone wants to be a pioneer, but nobody really takes the measures to do that.
to
They
be
just
different.
to be different, to do something that no one else is doing. Like you gotta find something you love doing and do it, even if everyone tells you what you're doing is stupid or what you would do. Like I had so many people tell me, don't oversaturate the market by releasing a lot of music.
Yep.
You can't oversaturate the market. Yeah, you can. You can do anything you want. And when you do it, you actually get rewarded for it. You look at any artist right now that's killing it. They're releasing a lot of content.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, even like to keep it in like some popular stuff. Like, it's not my favorite rap, but like, you know, Migos and them, like, they might only have like maybe an album a year or 2 years, but they are on almost a song every other week. You know, like somewhere.
features,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, or they'll find the BS way to do it. Like, here's this mixtape that is not my album, but you know, it's just some weird workaround. Yeah. So those guys probably are on like 50 to 100 songs a year easily.
They live in the
Even though they
studio.
might only have an album every 2 years. So they're finding their little ways to do it
Yeah.
too. And they're like the actual mega famous people in like rap. You know, Ray Strummer does the same shit as individuals, but they still do the same shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they just can't do it through, like, the label system is an old, it's just old archaic systems we live in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's up to you to change them. But the only way to really change them is by getting more money than everybody and showing everybody, like, hey, look how I made
That's
my
the only
money.
people will hop on, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way people are going to listen to me. That's what I realized. I stopped telling people to do what I do. Because they're not going to. They're not going to do it until it's too late.
And then not only that, like, now it comes now the drive, you know? You have to have the drive to do that stuff too. Because to put out a lot of stuff, because like I'm saying, like I don't come close to you at all in any one of my things. But I was like in my head, well, if I combine my triangle though, I'm like, all right, you know, it's still not you, but it's like, all right, now we there though. You know, if I combine like all the 3 things I do, you know, it's hard doing that drive, you know, like it's hard having that drive, you know. And sometimes I'm like, I don't even know why I do any of this shit I do, but like, I don't like it, and then I just do it, you know?
That's really it, dude. It's about love.
Yeah,
It's
man.
about having fun.
Yeah.
There's got to be a book on how to have fun. Because people have a hard time. I go to the airport a lot. Like, I've been going to the airport a lot recently, and I'm just going, I'm like having a blast. I'm like, I get really stoned before I get on the plane, and I pull up, and I got to wait in security line, but I'm listening to music. And I could just tell everyone around me is like
super serious.
Yeah, no one's smiling. I'm the only one who's like legitimately happy to be like about to fly. I'm about to get to a new place. About to get out of this heat. Everybody else looks miserable, and then I get to hear people complain on the plane. You know?
Yeah, especially when you're that close.
Oh yeah. Well, why are we still sitting here? What's going on?
Yo, people are in such a hurry to leave the plane too.
Yeah.
I just sit back and relax and wait for everybody to do what they got.
Oh my God. It's crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. I forget what I was going with that. I really lost my own.
Fun. It was fun. Just like,
about having fun.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotta have fun. And you have to have fun in places that other people aren't having fun. Like the airport. TSA workers.
That's training right there. That could be fun training right there. You go to the most non-fun place on earth, and then you have fun in that place.
Oh yeah.
Change that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's true. That's the truth. And but yeah, I mean, if you can have fun and you're not making money, then that's it. I mean, I didn't make money for so long that, like, making money now is cool, but it's like I'm just grateful that I can do something I love doing. It doesn't even matter how much money I'm making. It's just that, like, I get to do something I did when I was a kid, and I still love doing it today. And I mean, I get to say whatever I want in a song. I can make albums about anything I want.
Yeah,
I made an album for kids called Kids Trap. It's a wholesome rap album for kids. I've made an album about threesomes. You know, nobody said shit. Like, if I was a huge artist, how many people would be like, what the fuck? But because I'm just under the radar right now, it's like I could do anything I want, and I'm trying to take advantage of that while I can. Because there's come a time where I'm not going to be able to do shit. So.
And you be on that PC route.
No, I don't know no, I just think I wouldn't. I don't want to release this much music if like millions of people are listening to me. That'd be weird, right?
I don't know. Why not? You just said to most people, right? Like, isn't releasing that much weird in the first place, right? To a lot of people, right? But so why, if you're like now, you're at the top or whatever, why would it be weird now?
Well, because then I'd have money to be able to push me properly.
Gotcha.
And no publicist would ever touch what I'm doing. Like, they would be like, this is stupid. I'm not going to promote all these albums. Think about how many press releases they have to write up. They don't want to do that shit.
Well, you might maybe split. Maybe you have 4 publicists. I don't know.
Yeah, no. So if I had a publicist, I'd probably like... I don't know, dude. There's so many options. I could just like be a sellout for one album with a label. Just give them one stupid album.
That's
I mean, just to get put on and then have my whole back catalog, because they can't touch that. I would just make it so they don't get anything from anything that I've released myself.
Yeah.
So that way it would just all that shit.
Everything that you said is exactly what Russ said too when he did it, because he had his he was already there, but he noticed like, hey, like some of his songs are performing better than what works, than the famous artists,
Yeah.
But he was like, but radio still won't play my shit. But one of his main goals is he does want to be like the guy. He wants to be the Drake or whatever, So he was like, all right, fine, like I'll go to a label, and they gave him 50-50, so they of his current album. But yeah, like you just said, he owns everything else.
Yeah.
Like, so they can't touch that. They only just got
that would be lit.
current album.
That would be like a pretty great situation. Just to be like, yeah, no, I got all these albums. I could do anything I want with them. I mean, it'd be great to have enough money to start pressing all of them on vinyl, even though that's like really not a good investment.
I was gonna ask, because
I mean,
I've never been a vinyl head, but I know they
hate
exist.
selling shit. So like, and it doesn't sell super fast. Like, I don't have like a great I have to set up. I have the Bandcamp right now.
Yeah,
but nobody uses Bandcamp, so I have to make a website. I bought Netherfriends.com. Someone else bought, and they're trying to get me to pay for it. And it's like $5,000 or something. And I was like, fuck you. So I bought ILoveNetherfriends.com, and I have to wait 60 days. I think in July I'm able to finally like put it on I have to transfer it to like a Squarespace or WordPress or something. And
yeah.
Because it takes 60 days for it to be legitimized. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, I feel like maybe if I had a website, I'll be able to sell more products, but selling shit, just dude, that's not my dream.
That's not you.
So it's like almost like I gotta team up with somebody else who loves selling shit online and loves like that whole process. I like doing the art thing when I can just like sew something and sell it like that, but even that's kind of a process. And then people lose them, or it gets lost in the mail, and then I gotta make another one.
Yeah.
So the same thing twice.
Is Spotify the main hub for like where people get your stuff, I guess, since you said like Bandcamp ain't really doing it? Like,
yeah, no, but yeah, like even Tidal and Apple and all that shit, they don't pay me as much as Spotify.
Gotcha.
Because Spotify is playlists, but I think they're like doing something different, because I don't know, maybe my recent albums, because they're a certain genre, are not getting on certain playlists. Like most people are looking for pop. Spotify is where it's at for like uploading albums.
Where and you're not even doing nothing to get on the playlist, right? You said
no, like I mean, other artists like pay some company to get on playlists, and mine it's all natural.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's just because releasing new music every month, it gets on release radars, and if people follow your page, then they'll like keep getting your albums.
Did you have a following like slightly before, like that you went into multiple album mode?
Yeah, I had a following. It wasn't good on Spotify. I'm sure it was very low.
Gotcha.
I don't even remember what it started at. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't as high as it is now.
What does Netherfriends even mean? Like those words?
Is this it's like the Netherlands?
Yeah, every time I type it on my phone, it just really wants to spell Netherlands. I'm like, stop.
It's cool. Yeah, Netherfriends. I didn't want to be named after an animal because there were a lot of animal bands when I first was starting out, like Animal Collective, Wolf Parade, Frog Eyes. Who else? Wolf Mother. There's a lot of animals. Grizzly bear. You got any more? Deer hunter.
Deer hunter, yeah.
Deer hoof.
In San Antonio, it's a Deer Vibes.
Deer Vibes.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's too many animal band names.
Fast as a cheetah.
So it was either going to be Netherfriends or Sing a Horse. And I chose
Should have went with Sing a Horse.
Yeah,
because it sounds like horse.
Sing a Horse.
Let me get some nerd stuff out now. So like, was it always Ableton? The DAW?
No, I used to use Digital Performer.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude.
No one tells me that one.
Yeah. No, dude. I started on Digital Performer in Pennsylvania. I used to like intern for this guy named Bob Soller, and he was a bass teacher, and he had Digital Performer like set up in his basement with like a home studio. And he taught me how to track in Digital Performer, and then gave me a copy of it on my computer. And that's what I used in college. And I recorded like my first two. I did the 50 States album on Digital Performer too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this shit sucks. Dude, Digital Performer sucks. Fuck you, Digital Performer. I wish I could have my time back.
No
but shout out Bob Soller though. He really like taught me. Bob Soller didn't teach me anything about. He taught me how to record. But if anything, he taught me one thing, is that never teach music for a living. He had that because the way he talked about other people he knew that made music and kept with it, it was just like devastating, dude. Like he's like, he always wanted to tour to Europe. Always, he talked about. So
has it made him like envious and jealous?
Yeah, like bitter and kind of like he was a really nice guy, but he had like a lot of like, oh man, I wish I could be on tour in Europe, or I wish I could be touring. I'm sure maybe after like I left high school, he went on to tour, but he was still young.
It's funny you say that because I always get like, I don't know if nervous or scared, but like I have friends who work in these creative industries, and some of them like maybe music store or whatever, and I'm like, but I noticed like, man, I feel like it almost hurts their creative output, now that they're doing a form of it in that world as their profession, because I never see them like, I never see it help what they do.
I just don't think jobs help at all with creativity,
they definitely
dude.
Don't, but
they take up your time.
Yeah.
They pay you. That's great, but fuck that, dude. Figure out how to like. If I had a job, I wouldn't be doing what I do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have figured it out. It's like a puzzle. You just need to find your path, but you could do it on your own and like be your own boss. But you're gonna fucking eat shit for like a long time.
Have you done the entrepreneur concept? Because you were touching on it in some of the songs,
What's the entrepreneur concept?
Oh, I mean, like what you just said, like be your own boss. So like the idea of like how you are your own guy, like you made yourself,
Yeah.
Have you done one on that yet or not?
An album?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I'm not trying to suggest, because I won't be that guy.
Dude, maybe if I make,
I was just curious.
Maybe if I make millions of dollars.
Okay.
And I'm like 40 years old.
No, just because a lot of the ideas that you talk about are like, those are the ideas you hear when you hear any type of entrepreneurial talk.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know, dude. I just think we live in this time where we could do anything we want, and we might as well take advantage of all we can. But a lot of people are afraid.
No, you're right. I think that stunted me in a lot of ways. Just fear,
dude, too. Like it stunts everybody, and then like you either one day get so sick of it, and you just like, say, "Fuck this! I'm gonna do something else," and then
enough is enough.
Yeah, but I mean, really, everybody wants to do what I do, but nobody's gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up, and everyone thinks that they're better than the other person. And they're like, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I gotta do this other thing, but yeah, I'm the best.
We get distracted by other people's journeys instead of focusing on our own.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we all guilty of it at sometimes. I do the same shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. That's the worst.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's really just about the future right now is about making shit and sharing it. So it's content. And I mean, unfortunately on the internet, people just want to laugh. So on social media, they don't really care about much. They just want to laugh.
That's why a lot of my content isn't the greatest for that, because I know like I'm not putting out comedy shit right now. You know? Like, so I mean,
well, people want a good conversation with podcasts.
Yeah, no. So I noticed that the three things I tied it down to is music, the podcast, and then like Boiler Room. You know what Boiler Room is? So yeah, I used to do that, both live streaming and sometimes just recording it and then just putting a video up on YouTube for people. I still do. I noticed that the ones that involve other people and not just me are the ones that at least get some type of traction. But the music with the one that involves me, I'm like, all right, no one seems to care about that. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just put that in last place, and I kind of focus on the other two, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean,
well, I you know Woody Guthrie.
What's up?
Woody Guthrie.
I feel like I heard that name, but not.
So yeah, Woody Guthrie, he's like this, I don't know what era it was, like 1920s, 1930s singer.
Okay.
He sang like protest songs that inspired Bob Dylan and a lot of other like beat
singer-songwriter before the singer-songwriters.
Yeah, he was the OG.
Got you.
And what he would do is hop trains and paint signs for a living, and like he was from Oklahoma during like the Dust Bowl.
Yeah.
And so he wrote a book called Bound for Glory. And it's amazing. And so Woody Guthrie, dude, Bound for Glory. It's so good. But he, the best part about this book is he only talks about his music for like a paragraph. And so in this paragraph, he says, I picked up a guitar. My uncle gave me a guitar, and I learned other people's songs first. And then I took those lyrics and made the lyrics into the lyrics that other people wanted to hear. You got to give people what they want first, right? That's what I got from that sentence. And then he says, and then I changed those lyrics to lyrics that they needed to hear. And those songs carried me for the rest of my life.
Damn.
So like that, I take that and I run with it because I get to do that with my albums.
So that's why you have like trappy vibes and stuff.
You get to give people what you like. It's like pretty much like, here's music that I know you want. Here's music that I think I know, not that I think you need, but I know you need. You need music like this. You need somebody telling you these lyrics. And like people tell me that shit all the time, like especially making a fucking self-help album.
Have you done that?
Yeah, dude,
check that one.
It's called You Piece of Shit. Yeah, there's the covers right there. I painted that.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, a lot of people hit me up about that recently. It's telling me like, oh, that album's amazing. It really helps me out. Like there's a song called Eat a Piece of Fruit, You Piece of Shit. And I give off like, I love doing research for albums lately. Like I'll actually like sit there and read articles and then just take lines from it and put it into the song.
Yeah.
So just like learn about like nutritional facts of fruit. They literally just sing out about.
So you're literally dropping knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta make all types of shit.
Damn.
And yeah, you get to do anything you want and just smoke as much weed as I can while I do it.
That's what's up.
It's awesome.
Man. That's what's up.
I don't know. I just try to think lately, like, what would I want to do if I could do whatever I wanted? I mean, obviously, I'm not rich.
Yeah.
So I can't do everything that I want. But I don't even have fantasies of rich things. Like some people fantasize about jet skiing and things that rich people do.
Yeah.
I don't want any of that. I don't imagine any. I mean, maybe one day I will do that, but I don't imagine myself like one day I'm going to be jet skiing.
So what are your rich fantasies? Mine is like almost doing the same thing I do, but just on a bigger scale. Travel more. Do this while I travel.
Yeah, I guess. But man, traveling is like, it's cool, but it gets tiring.
Maybe I haven't done it enough, but what I really enjoyed, it was part of that Hawaii stuff. I did the whole West Coast. I like going places and I don't know it. I don't know anything about it, so I would just wander around the whole day.
That's
so
cool.
I'm always getting kind of new input from the world by doing that, you know?
Yeah, I guess I should do more of that. I mean, I have a passport. I haven't really taken advantage of
I just got mine. I haven't used it yet, though. But I just got mine.
I guess you can actually tell people that you're on vacation.
Yeah.
When they ask you what you're doing in their country.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. What are you doing in this country? Oh, nothing. I'm just going to spend money.
There you go.
Welcome.
There you go. Now you're a good guy. Now you're
Whenever it's like, oh, I'm playing shows, it's like, come with us. We're going to put you in a cage. Here we go. You're going to watch X-Men. We're going to give you some shitty food. Here we go.
Oh, man. That's what they make you do? I'd be angry, too, if they make you watch X-Men.
Oh, yeah, dude. It was a bad X-Men. It wasn't like the
To me,
one.
all the X-Men movies are bad.
Dude. How you like superhero movies?
Those are my only movies I go to the theater for. I love them way too much. I take them too seriously.
Really? Dude.
I didn't bring my shirt. I brought some different
I
shirts.
almost feel like I'm missing out on dogs and superhero movies because I don't really like superhero movies.
All right. Well. I mean, I'm not here to convince you of those things, but I mean, like, that's my favorite movie. But sometimes, if I overanalyze why I like it, I love comics as a kid.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
why.
all the cartoons and games of those comics as a kid.
The
only thing that sucked as a kid was every single movie, right? And it's only like in recent time, like, oh shit, the movies are good. To me, the Marvel movies are the first time I've seen something get big in corporate and it doesn't suck.
Really?
Like versus like you don't like it, so you might not like maybe the whole hero spectrum, and like I don't expect you to like it, but in terms of like liking something when it wasn't big and now it's big in corporate and it's the same, if not better, I'm like, I don't really have an example of that of anything. You know, I can see the hip hop rapper when they're underground and I see them when they're famous. Black Eyed Peas, right? There's a perfect example.
Yeah,
because
you get to see them.
Yeah, they're like, look, I had a girl, they blew up, like, all right, pop music for life. The end, you know. And those people in their early 2 albums were underground heads, yo. And usually that's the story for anything on the journey, but yeah, those. So I love the Marvel movies.
They stayed pure.
But X-Men isn't Marvel for movies. They're Fox. So to me, a lot of those are like, they're abysmal. They're doing exactly what a corporate does, you know? Sony did the same thing with the older Spider-Man. DC
Spider-Man's
is doing the same thing.
Dude, maybe that's my problem, is that you know how like major labels kind of lost a lot of people because they let people down too many times with albums?
Yeah.
Like they focused on the single and then the rest of the songs were throwaways. Yeah. That's what the equivalent of a lot of the superhero movies I saw when I was that age of going to movies, like going to see Spider-Man.
Because they were ass. They were
trash.
Because they want, this is
trash.
This is the first time in history where like the people who made their shit are making the movies of their shit.
So what's the best superhero movie of the last 5 years?
The best one probably is, but it might not feel this way to you, is Avengers Infinity War, and it's only because there's 19 movies, and that one has almost everybody from all those movies, and they're all doing what fucking comic book people do. It's like, oh shit, they're all in the same world, you know? But if you're just watching that movie out of context, it might not feel as big. It's like, there's a fucking purple guy showing up and he's fucking everybody up.
You know what I kind of feel like too? I've never read comic books as a kid.
All right, so there's
another
you have
element.
a different not attachment. Yeah,
I know.
You have a not attachment.
It's kind of like the equivalent of, I'm trying to think of a good example. I don't want to say weed with hip hop because you can love hip hop without smoking weed.
Yeah.
Maybe like I've never done,
for the most part.
I've never done Molly.
Got you.
So I can
haven't
imagine.
either, and I've been at EDM shows.
But you don't listen to it regularly, right?
Not anymore.
See,
when I was younger.
I really believe that people who take like Molly, they just immediately start loving like techno and house music.
I wonder if that's the thing.
I think it's connected because I wonder if I take Molly once, if I will forever if I start making that type of music, like I'm like the biggest house artist in the world.
I've only been to a few bigger shows where you would expect that to happen. Let me tell you. Remember, I walked in 5 minutes. This girl, she's like underage too, or underage for drinking. I mean, she had the X's on. So, but she's like, "Do you have Molly?" And she looked fucked up already. And I'm like, "No." Do you want to go get some? And I was like, "No."
Yeah, see, that's the other issue with Molly is that like I was offered it recently.
Yeah.
Except it was 10:30 in the morning.
Fuck.
It was in a recording studio. There were 2 girls there that are already fucked up off of it. So it's kind of just like you see other people fucked up off of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to look like that. But they were also like on other drugs, probably like Xanax.
Yeah. Same thing for that girl. She just looked like, and if I recall, she was probably good looking, but it just looked like, I don't know. I don't know.
At least with weed, like the worst you look is that you look like you're looking at the sun. You look really squinty, or your eyes get red.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing the first time I saw this kid from high school, his eyes were so bloodshot. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Are you okay? And he's like, I just smoked some weed. And I was like, what?
I was always
People
accused. And again, I'm growing up New York Bronx, so I can understand why. But I was accused regularly of smoking weed, like and just being in school high.
Yeah.
And because I would always have bloodshot reds from it's like, and I'm like, no, man, I'm just literally fucking tired. Like, cause I'd be sleeping in class too a lot.
Oh yeah.
I slept through high school a lot. But yeah, like I heard that every day. Like, dude, stop getting fucking high before class. I ain't, man. Like, leave me the fuck alone, dude. Like, that's just like staying up watching like fucking Korean dramas on TV. Like, I used to do. I didn't have cable growing up, so I had the bunny ears, and in New York, we had with the bunny ears, I would get this Korean local station.
Oh, nice.
And that was my first music that I got into that wasn't hip hop, was Korean pop music. I was in K-pop. I was in K-pop in 1999. I got old VHS recordings of these shows, including a young skinny Psy, who's not as fat as he is now.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that I was watching a worldwide legend at that time.
Wow. Yeah, he's probably the biggest artist from Korea, right? Or he was.
I think for the world, but what slowly happened for the world, and that people at least know what he is.
Yeah.
Because I think for people who are quote unquote serious about K-pop right now, they would probably be like BTS, because there's a lot of American girls hearing BTS right now.
Yeah.
And that's the K-pop thing. But I bet you can walk up to a normal person and they've never seen a BTS thing, but they'll know what Psy is, you know?
Dude, that's what's so insane about, like, Russell Peters?
I do, but it's not. I know that name, and it's not coming to me. It's not coming to me, the
like
picture.
One of the richest comedians.
He is a comedian. All right, I was like, I know he proves something
so
with words.
Big overseas, like nobody knows about him in America.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's the world's huge. Like, you could be huge in one place and then like nobody elsewhere.
Yeah, man, and that almost goes right back to you, because you got this niche, and you got your people, but there's just so much out there. It's just like the whole world can't see you.
I don't connect. I'm supposed to like do one of these, like, hey, you remember me? Like, give them a big hug, and like they all like come, and then they all like look at me for a second, and then I do some, I don't know, entertain them.
Are you saying you don't do that enough? Or?
I don't know. I don't know how to connect the dots. Well, I really just don't pay for it. You gotta pay for it.
Well, how would you like to connect to your fans other than music?
You gotta do something that a lot of people see.
Gotcha.
That's pretty much it. That's the only way a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, this guy. This fucking piece of shit.
You have any idea like what it would be? Would it
it's
still
gonna
be
be
music?
The most random thing, dude. It's gonna be something. Who knows? It might be a song. It might be a video. It might be some scandal. It might be some controversy. I don't know.
Friend sex tape incoming?
Yeah, dude. Maybe I'll start shooting porn. There's a lot of money in porn. I could start making porn. I mean,
there was a rapper called Necro. You ever heard of him? He was based out of New York, but he was like a DIY king in the day. Like, so this is before I left. So this is before 2003, like late 90s, early 2000.
Yeah.
And one of his business aspects in that label was shooting porn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not surprised. I'm just not surprised, man. It's a good avenue to make a stupid amount of money, but your mom's not gonna be happy with you.
Nah, I don't think
my mom's already like. I mean, she's not that upset about the weed, but she's not happy about it.
Gotcha.
I don't think she likes seeing me smoke weed in all my videos.
I guess she won't be happy with this one.
It's cool, yeah. I don't know how much she actually like pays attention
anymore.
She's probably just like, it's all him smoking weed. I don't know why he's got to smoke weed.
But you see, I think a lot of that stuff, when it comes to that with the older generation, is just like, it's not being like given to change, you know? Like, they just like, oh, this is how I was, this is how it was.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
not
it's
doing
very
it, you know?
Western. It's a very Western culture. Just stay whatever age, like, I don't know, 30s, 40s. I don't know what age people eventually are like, nope, not evolving, not sticking with the times. Like, apparently, like, I was reading a Zen for Beginners book, and they talk about how in Zen philosophy, they really believe you have to change with the times. So, like, you see Buddhist monks driving cars. Shit. Like, they'll have phones. They keep up with technology. And I forget the analogy. It was like almost like an arrow going through a tree. It's like, you can't stop at the tree. You have to go around it. And so you have to keep up with everything, I
I'm
really
guilty
believe
of that in my musical taste. Like
Yeah, for
things
sure.
like trap, I've been stubborn to not only want to listen to, but even to create. Because a lot of my friends who don't create are like, "Why don't you just make trap? Like, it's what the people want." You know, like
Yeah.
you were saying. So you were like, give them a hybrid. You know?
Oh yeah, I didn't like trap when it first started.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I love it because I listened to a lot of music from it, and I was surrounded by people in Chicago who listened to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like watched a lot of the documentaries about trap,
Got
so I
you.
get to see where it comes from too, and be like, but I mean, it's and the way I look at trap beats and rap music is that it's the newest sound. That's very common. It's
And it's not only like for hip hop, it's beyond that. It's like a
Yeah.
pop culture, like it's a mainstream music now, that thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the drums are so punchy.
Yeah.
It's like the best sounding drums, in my opinion. I mean, obviously the hats sound really fake, but that's an aesthetic.
Yeah.
And it's because the frequencies the hats are at are so high that they cut through perfectly.
Yeah.
And then you have those subs that cut so low, so you have the whole
They're almost
spectrum.
separate, yeah.
You have the whole spectrum of sound, dude. It's like that was hard to do before.
That's one of the best cases for trap I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's,
right there. What
that's
you just
why
said.
I love it. But I mean, I still make albums without trap beats.
Oh, yeah.
But it is like it's a guilty pleasure. I love, and other people love it. I mean,
Man, I definitely when the
kids
beats
grow up
hot,
with
I'll
it.
fuck with it too. But my thing was it was never like I hate these beats. My thing with trap was more like the rappers that came with the beats. Unless they didn't necessarily like their content.
Yeah.
You know, or like their bars, because that used to be a serious thing in hip hop in the '90s, and now a lot of older people like me are like, yo, it felt like the skill level was going like this, and now it's going like this.
Yeah, dude.
Because
Look at all music.
yeah,
I look at rock. I look at the juxtaposition between how rock music was in the '80s to how it is now. We're going through.
I don't even know how it is right now. Like
It's almost
I only know the bands
we're
I
in the
like.
'90s. We're in the '90s.
Yeah,
In the '90s era, where people didn't give a fuck,
yeah.
and they just it's like punk.
So it sounds back to that again. Like kinda
Everyone's
like a punky
going.
sound.
Everybody's doing punk and like pop punk vocals and rap. Like it's not about rapping anymore. It's about like melody.
Yeah. So that's where you got like
That's
Lil
why it's
Uzi
so,
Verts and all
yeah,
that
Lil
stuff.
Uzi Vert and like Trippie Redd, all that
Yeah.
shit just sounds like pop punk to me. It sounds like Newfound Glory with trap beats.
Even the way they dress.
Yes.
And act even.
And yeah,
Even-
it was like Young Thug was wearing dresses, which was like the 80s.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
everyone was dressing in drag in
Yeah.
the 80s with like music like David Bowie and shit.
Yeah.
And, like the fucking New York Dolls and who else? Poison. Just all
Damn.
that
White
hair
Snake.
metal. Yeah,
White
hair
Snake.
metal shit. Like it was the hair metal phase in rap, and now it's coming to the 90s. But yeah, I mean, I love it because like I'm not a rapper. I don't want to start rapping.
Got you.
But I make rap beats. So like my music, people will think I'm a rapper because a lot of rap music sounds
My
like
first listen of you when Tomas telling me, hey, this is this guy, I thought that's where you were.
yeah. People are so confused by me. Like, they look at me and they're like, oh, like I don't know. I don't know how to dress that. People would be like, oh, this guy's gonna be good. Like I don't think anybody. Just people when they don't know you, they just immediately assume you suck.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, if we do that for everything, it's not just music. I think it's everything.
Everything. We just
Yeah.
have this like gut instinct to be like, well,
I mean, because like I don't want to go to the movies right now unless it is like one of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Primarily, it's because I'm cheap.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
Yeah, and for me, dude, I don't even fucking go to the movies. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck that. Like, I've already been let down so many times.
yeah.
I'm
I'm like, look,
I
I can
need-
do that at home. I can get let down at home.
Yeah, I know.
know.
I just always find myself rolling my eyes when I see movies like in theaters. I'm just like, oh, this is not.
There's just a higher risk based on the price you're paying, and then if you're a person who buys food there, you're getting ripped off. Like that shit
I'm not
can
even
be.
talking about that. I'm just talking about the quality of the movies I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, there's that too, because they're playing on tactics that they think will work too. You know,
For
what I mean?
everybody.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't like about a lot of movies. It's like, or I just think about the Spider-Man movies and all that shit, or X-Men. Such a letdown.
I mean, it's Hollywood garbage. Like, though, 'cause like I said, that shit is Hollywood garbage. And at the end of the day, like, they have their own saturation stuff because they're just telling hero's journey again and again. I think, and there's the artist in me, because man, like, I think there's a right way to do that shit. Like, and there's a wrong way. And I'm like, a lot of those movies you name, I'm like, all guilty offenders of doing it the wrong way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
But
but
let down, man.
yeah, man. Like I'm not even a diehard Predator fan, but one of my goals in life is I want to be like the EP in charge of the Predator franchise,
Yeah.
because I just think that's a franchise that should be great, and it can be great, but it sucks right now. It's
Yeah.
dog shit.
Dude, you ever see, speaking of dog shit, you ever see,
I thought
you know, I forget the name of the dog. It's like I think it's a pug. No.
yeah, like the small one with the face, like
What's the face that's like squished?
it's like, yeah, I think as a pug, it's like all like this and shit. Yeah.
Or no, it's a bulldog.
Oh wait, that is a bulldog.
Yeah, the bulldog has the squished face.
But I feel like pug is small and has some shit too on his face.
Yes, pugs are kind of similar. It might be, I don't know. It's one of those dogs, but I was dating this girl with a dog like that, and it looked like Predator.
Fuck.
Like it
I can
looked
see that. I can see that. Yeah, yeah.
And it like I have trouble breathing, so
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just kind of snore like regularly, like as they're walking around, they're like. And I don't remember how I don't remember the sound the Predator made.
It
but
has a few things and they yell, but the thing is the Predators are smart, so like
it didn't make sound, right?
yeah, like until the end where like it's getting fucked up and there's no mask, so it just might be like a yell. But I mean, they have their own language they talk, and then usually what they do to talk to humans is they make recordings of people, and then they'll just play back the recording.
Whoa.
Yeah. At least in the classic one, I haven't really. I saw 1 and 2. I don't really know anything about these bullshit ones. I don't
the new
remember them.
ones?
The Alien versus Predator.
Oh yeah.
The Robert Rodriguez one. I haven't. Have you seen 1 or 2? Predator 1 and 2.
Yeah, I've seen one.
So like 1 is famous. Why? Because Arnold, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
He's 80s action hero. He's doing what he does, but now there just happens to be a Predator there. 2 was Danny Glover. He's basically Lethal Weapon. I'm too old for this shit, but there's a fucking Predator here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's my pitch for all these movies. They should only be they should be always based around a legend, and the Predator lore is that they always want to fight the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So like right now, right? Just get Liam Neeson, and he's literally playing the dude from Taken. Like for some fucked up reason, a Predator fucks up and maybe takes his daughter, you know, and you just find the same scenario. Or like Tom Cruise, he's just a secret agent, right? He's just doing Mission Impossible. Just get legends of today.
Make a movie. Let's do it.
That shit. That's all it should be. It should just be the movie and then you can be beyond, dude. You can do crazy shit. You get fucking Denzel, and I want him to fucking act his ass off against a Predator. You just put them, just let them do what they're best known for. There just happens to be a Predator story around it.
Yeah.
And that's what Predator should be.
Predator.
That's it. Not fucking, level the same fucking Hollywood horror garbage. Like every fucking movie, but now there's new people for them to kill. Like, no.
Yeah.
It's boring,
Yeah. I just don't pay attention.
Yeah, no, it's hard and hard. Like, had I not grown up with that, I wouldn't even know what the fuck a Predator is.
Yeah, a lot of
the
kids
stuff,
probably don't know who Predator
so, like,
is.
I mean, actually, you put so much shit out, and then you're telling me it's not just the music. Like, you're doing this other stuff. Do you even have time, like, for entertainment anymore? Because sometimes I'm like, in my head, I'm like, man, is entertainment only for the rich? Because it's like, I feel like I always should be doing something, you know? So is there time to consume anymore in your current life?
Yeah, well,
besides
definitely.
the books that you're learning from?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
what do you consume? Do you still a fan of current music, or are you still a fan of the TV or the shows?
Yeah,
movies?
yeah. I mean, I listen to all the new rap albums that come out.
What's a good one you heard lately that you like?
One that I started listening to J-Rock's new album. You know, J-Rock.
I've ignored it only because like the Nas album dropped, the Beyonce
Yeah.
Jay-Z album dropped.
Yeah, I listened to
there's
the
a lot of
Nas
shit.
album.
And R+R also came out this weekend, which is Robert Glasper's like super jazz group. And I'm like a big fan of Kristen Scott, who's like a horn player from like it's a jazz type of music that I could fuck with. So I was like, there was a lot of distractions. I'm gonna get to J-Rock though. Redemption.
Yeah,
It's gonna get
J-Rock. I only listened to like 5 songs of it.
I went to the Kendrick song first because I'm a mega Kendrick fan.
Yeah. I listened to Lil Baby a lot. Do you know Lil Baby?
I do not know who Lil Baby is.
Lil Baby's from Atlanta. He's signed to Quality Control, which is like Migos and Lil Yachty. But yeah, he's really, I like his flow. He's got like, I mean, it's pretty classic like trap.
Yeah.
You know, it just sounds like Migos, but it's different. I mean, obviously it's not.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to think like other fun things. I try to like hang out with a lot of girls.
Got you.
That's really
I just
like.
remember you talking about girls on like that latest video on Facebook where it's like I'm always alone or something like that.
Yeah. When was this?
I think it was maybe posted a month ago. I was checking your like Facebook Netherlands
Netherfriends.
Netherfriends, and you put Netherlands in my head, dude.
Yeah, sorry.
now it's in there. I didn't say it once till you said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just heard you talking about that, and then like, but no, continue.
Yeah, sometimes I'm definitely going through like when I'm traveling a lot. Girls don't like it when you're gone. So like I'll have like a lady friend before I leave, and then I'll come back and they don't want to hang out.
Gotcha.
And then I gotta find somebody else to hang out with. But yeah, I
so
mean,
you're always around the attention people.
yeah, I guess I don't know. I just like hanging out with girls because girls inspire me to make more music a lot. They're definitely my biggest muse in life is hanging out with different girls that I like.
But what about, because I know it's any TV movies in there too or not?
Yeah, I mean I got Netflix recently. I've been watching I tried to watch like all the best movies. So I watched Schindler's List for the first time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was really good.
The classics.
What else did I watch that I really liked? I mean there's some movies that are not classics that are on there that I really like. Steve Coogan.
No.
Steve Coogan's a British actor. He was in 24-Hour Party People, which is a movie about Joy Division and like all of that wave.
Okay.
And but he has a movie with another British actor, and they go around Italy and Spain, and it's just them eating expensive dinner. And there's a storyline based around them on this trip. But like the plot is essentially they get paid by some magazine to eat at all these fancy places that like take you through the mountains, and like you're on little yachts and shit. Like it's just like insane.
Damn.
And yeah, and they're like arguing the whole time and doing like just bits. They'll be like doing different American actor impersonations. I don't know. I love that. I don't know. Those movies are so good. So I was watching those recently. But yeah, I mean, I try to watch some like classic movies every so often, but I mostly focus on trying to make as much music as I can.
I would imagine, yeah, to keep up that output.
Yeah.
You have to. That's why I was curious, like, man, if
Yeah.
you had any time to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the Explore page on Instagram. I don't really like scroll on my own Instagram page.
Yeah.
But I'm really into like just stupid rapper shit that's going on. Just because I used to when I lived in Chicago, I would hear about all of it. Like even when I was in Chicago yesterday.
Yeah.
And just people I would hang out with, they would be talking about shit that was going on.
Do you have any Drake Pusher thoughts on that?
No, I mean that's cool.
If that's what you were talking about,
I was talking. Just all that shit. Yeah, just like all that gossip shit.
Yeah.
It's just interesting because I'm just so far removed from it here for the most part. I don't hang out with as many rappers in Austin that I did in Chicago.
I feel like when I talk to my New York friends, I get sucked back into the hip hop world.
Yeah.
But here, I don't have a lot of that.
Yeah, it's not very common.
Yeah,
I have a few friends who listen to a lot of rap, so we'll talk about shit sometimes.
The friends I made here who also make beats, they were more influenced by like the Flying Lotuses. So it's like whole like weird hip hop beat scene that isn't really hip hop but is, however you would describe that.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, me neither.
I just try to make shit, dude, because
I got you.
At the end of the day, if you're not making shit, you're not doing shit.
I assume you mix and master everything, right?
Yeah, I try to. I sometimes will pay somebody.
How do you develop your mixing style? Just by doing it a lot, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
What about mastering? Like, you do anything different for that? Do you even master
Yeah.
at all? Like,
yeah.
But like, so what's that process like?
You just click a mastering plugin, you double click it, and then you just fuck with it till it sounds good.
Gotcha.
Yeah, dude, just don't overthink shit. I just put it out. I don't care. And I make money off of it. So it's like, oh, what am I going to overthink this?
My friend was telling me there was one of the rappers in the Ghetto Boys. He was like, that's his approach. Because now that I'm just starting to do like rap vocals now, like and stuff. And I only did it because I was in a group, but I just don't want to go back to beats. I want vocals. And I'm like you just said, just DIY, do it yourself, So I was like, all right, so I'm going to start doing this. But, I'm having those self-criticisms. And he was like, look, man, he just goes in the booth and he just does it and then he moves on and he's just on to the next one,
Yeah.
And yeah, some of the approach you were saying reminds me of that.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's like a lot of rappers do that shit. Like, I mean, a lot of it's trash.
I could tell from the trap side, especially.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the whole. I mean, I think that's why I use trap beats, because of why trap is a thing.
Yeah.
It was because they were doing it in a hurry.
Yeah.
I'm doing this shit in a hurry, dude. I'm trying to get this shit out.
Got you.
And it's powerful and it works. People like it. It's current. You know? So you gotta give people what they want.
Yeah.
But you also gotta give people what they need. So that's what I've been doing with my music. Gotta give people what they want. That's I could also do cover songs if I really wanted to. That's probably what they really want.
That is what they, and that is another thing I won't give up.
Yeah, it's like there's certain things you can't. Well, this is why I love painting and doing the other shit, because I do the equivalent of cover songs with the art.
Okay, how so?
I mean, all the shit I paint is like Bart Simpson smoking a joint. It's famous characters.
Got you.
It's the equivalent of doing cover songs, but with painting or with the sewing.
Yeah, it's your version of other people's tools.
Yeah.
Or creations.
Because people who paint, they would never be caught dead painting a picture of Bart Simpson.
Damn, that's interesting. So I gotta find another art so I can make those my covers.
But you're already doing that, right?
What
was the third thing?
Oh yeah, the boiler rooms. Yeah. Because it's other people performing. I'm just recording it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, you got to give people what they want, which obviously, like, you have to enjoy doing it. So you gotta do it for yourself as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucking teeter on that line. But I just found the less I think about like clout and how much attention I have on me, the happier I am. The less I focus on how much attention other people have, the happier I am.
Emphasize that second one again. The less you focus on other people's attention that they have.
Yeah, the less you focus on other people in general.
Oh, I got
dude.
you.
Like focusing on the news is bad for you.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah.
No, I read a book about it.
Yeah.
And it's all about television. It wasn't even about the internet. It was about local TV, and then it started with the telegraph and how you would, that was the first time you could find out what was going on in New Hampshire, because they would telegraph you like, oh shit, we just had I don't know, fucking hurricane or
something bad
happened there. There was mass killing, and so that causes stress when you're fucking paying attention to that constantly. And I feel the same way when it comes to paying attention to what other artists are doing, or how much attention other people are getting, or how old other people are. People care so much about age. It's my number one Google search result is how old I am.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought
it's so funny.
That made sense as like a concept, because a lot of times we feel age-wise we should be at a certain level.
Yeah, I should make an album.
But the fact that that's your number one search, I'm like, why do people give a shit about your age?
People really want to know how old I am.
I mean, it's not like you're high. Like that would make sense if you were maybe hiding your face or hiding something. So now people want to solve the mystery. But that makes.
That's awesome.
Have you given off something like in your music to be like
that makes them? I talk about it all the time. I talk about it all the time. It's so funny. But there's no like article online.
That's crazy. The great wiki mystery.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. We'll keep it going.
That won't be the question next time.
People are gonna ask. They're gonna have to. I don't know. It'd be great to mystery. People want mystery, right?
Yeah. One of my favorite Japanese rock artists. I'm not sure if he's doing it today, because I think that just like Bowie had his phases of which character he's playing. I think that character for him is dead, but he used to always he was classifying himself as a vampire. His name was Gact. So in any interview, no matter how serious, I think he would always say he was like 499 years old. And it's because he's playing that guy. He's like, they're like, no, what's your real age? Like, just told you. And like got to the point that articles and like real websites were just listing him at 499 because that's what he says.
Or Chief Keef. When they asked how old Chief Keef was,
what does he say?
300.
I got like these life questions I usually ask everybody, and then we can wrap it up.
Cool.
What is something you believe that everybody thinks you're crazy for believing?
I don't know. Everyone thinks I'm crazy for releasing all this music.
I know. I figured that was the easy one with you.
Like, bro, you crazy. I'm like, yeah, I'm crazy, but it's like paying me.
It's working. I think so. That's the funny thing, right? With us as people, right? Like we all want the answer. You give them the answer, and then they're like, "No, it's not the answer."
It's not the answer until it's too late.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's the sad truth. But oh well. I mean, I can't get upset about it. I just have to keep doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
And just not get upset, because it does make me. I do get really bummed thinking. I talk to people all the time, and they just tell me the same shit. Like, oh, don't give up. Like, keep doing this. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I could do what you're doing. That's what a lot of people tell me. And they tell me some sad story about their job.
It's funny because they're probably just used to the notion of the struggling artist, and I get that talk too a lot too. But yeah, you're coming from a place like, nah, it's working. You're like
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, I mean, a lot of people wish they could do it, and I'm just like, I wish you could too. Like, legitimately, like, I'm just like, man, I wish I could just, like, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to. You can't be in control of other people, but it would be nice to inspire a lot of people to just stop doing the fuck shit that everybody else does, because that's not gonna change shit.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are clearly like changing shit and doing something different,
yeah.
and I'm just trying to be a part of that, I guess.
Mm.
But not like, I didn't know that going into it, but I've started to realize, like, oh fuck, like, I don't think anyone's ever done this before, and like, why not just do it? Because I can, because like no one else is gonna do it. I mean,
So why not
like
have it be
I guess
you?
like that dude did like an album or a song.
He was doing
week.
a song a week, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do an album a week.
No, he did not. He did not. Like, he did. That's what I was saying. Like, man, your output's crazy.
Yeah, and it's all different.
It's like,
That's the other thing. Nobody can say shit to me because they can't say all this music sounds the same.
yeah, no, don't. I did not expect to hear an instrumental piano album, dude.
Exactly.
Like,
That's what I'm talking about. That's the ultimate fuck you to people that are like, there's no way all this
I
is
did
gonna
not
be
see
good.
that coming, dude. I was
People
like,
are loving that, dude. The one before that is a DJ scratching album.
is it really?
Yeah, and
Fuck.
nobody's listened to it. It has plays, but it doesn't have
My
plays
bad.
like
I would have
Songs for
got to
Flowers.
it, but I got to your house, so I didn't have time.
Yeah, it's weird how Songs for Flowers grabs people. Like, I don't know what it is about that album.
Piano's fucking bad. Like, yo, isolated piano is badass, yo. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just wondering why that one gets more clicks. Or maybe it really is just like, holy shit, this is all piano. I love it.
well, for me here, once I've heard it, that's my response. But maybe it's the flowers thing that, like,
Oh, people love flowers.
maybe it's that. I don't know, because I'm not a flowers guy, but maybe other people are, you know?
Yeah, that was the best part about it, dude. Like, making albums about certain things, like songs about trees or flowers,
Yeah,
it just made me notice
yeah.
more flowers than I've ever noticed. I never gave a fuck about flowers.
Yeah.
And then I made an album about them, and I was like,
Now you know all this shit.
everywhere. I don't know shit about flowers, but I
Yeah.
like them now. I'm like, I'll notice them.
Gotcha.
It's weird.
Damn.
It, like, unlocks, making all
A
these
part of
albums.
the world.
Yeah, for me, like, to be like, oh wow, flowers. They're
That's
everywhere.
badass.
Yeah, it's tight. It makes you appreciate life just a little bit more.
Damn. Like, almost every album's a learning experience at that point, then.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, I made an album recently about how to meet girls.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I read articles.
And now, are you able to use all those things you talked about in the album now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like talking to girls randomly.
Okay.
I don't
No
wanna
cold
do that.
approach.
No cold approach. I pretty much meet 100% of the girls at either shows that I play or on Instagram.
So, from the show's part, do you have an in since they might maybe know you or they see you live or something?
Yeah, they're like, oh wow, this guy played a great show. I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
And then we're talking, and then I don't know. I'm really bad at getting phone numbers.
Gotcha.
Like, oh, hey, we should hang out sometime. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say. So usually they'll like hit me up on Instagram or something.
Put a deadline in the conversation to get the phone number.
Yeah, no, I have a song called Get Her Phone, Get Her Number.
Get her.
There's a song called Give Her a Compliment, Get Her Number, State the Obvious.
Yeah.
There was just like very, very obvious song titles about like what tips to meet girls.
Yeah.
And it's not like the pickup artist, because that shit's stupid. You
Yeah.
know, like it's more so like articles that other girls wrote about how to meet girls. Like, if you're gonna compliment a girl, don't be cliche. Like, don't say, "Wow, you have beautiful eyes." That's just like, ugh.
So yeah, that's interesting. Like you, what was different in there? Because I guess I'm used to seeing that from the guys' approach. What is it from the girls' approach? That reading these articles written by women.
I don't know. I think it's pretty much the same.
Is it? Was it still the same stuff?
I mean, no, they're not gonna say like be an asshole to us. Like
Yeah.
that, I feel like that's what the pickup artist one's about. It's like, hey, be a total
The
dick.
negging. They used
Yeah,
to
like
call
be
it,
a dick. Like kind of like make fun of her, but don't be like too mean. But make fun of her. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Make it seem like you're not that interested.
Yeah.
You know, which is pretty much like, yeah, don't be fucking like, oh hey, like immediately like clingy.
Yeah. You're the love of my life. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, like oh my god, I can't believe it. I just found my future wife. But yeah, I don't know. I don't ever talk to girls at bars. But I also don't like going to bars. So I
Yeah,
never really.
that makes sense.
But when I'm playing shows, it's like, yeah, it's the only time. It's almost like cheating when you play a show.
Because you have an in already, yeah.
Well, because like I read a statistic, I forget what the percentage is, but you look significantly better when you're on stage or you're behind a bar.
Well, maybe it's the lighting and the ambience, the dark
No,
plus
it's
the light.
No, it's because you're on stage.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if we're just talking about actual looks, that kind of helps too. They're seeing shit in the shadows and stuff. But yeah, no, the fact that they're not just seeing, hey, you're a guy, you're guy number 45 talking to me.
Yeah,
hey, you're a guy who also does blah, blah, blah.
You showed off a skill.
Yeah. So now there's an attachment there with you. It's not just you. It's not
cheating.
Yeah.
But I'll take it because I don't want to.
There's no cheating, man. This game don't have like some constitution about it.
Cheating, bro. I'm cheating. I've never used Tinder or OkCupid.
I have not used any of those.
JDate.
Yeah.
I've never been on JDate.
That sounds
Christian
like
Mingle.
something you can get arrested for. JDate. What the fuck is JDate?
JDate's Jewish.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, my mom was on JDate. I feel like that's how she met my stepdad.
Okay.
On JDate. Shout out JDate for finding my mom a future suitor.
Maybe sponsorship opportunity here at JDate.
Hey, I'm Netherfriends, and you should try JDate.
Yeah, there you go. That was
This
for free.
podcast is sponsored by JDate.
There you go.
Are you
We're
Jewish and lonely?
We're here.
Are you lonely on the Sabbath? on the high holy days? On Passover?
Oh man, it is because I was raised Catholic, so I don't know as much. But is that the religion where one of the days you don't use electricity?
No.
Okay, there's one man, and this guy was like an agent. He was telling the story about like how Fridays are just like tough or something or Saturday.
Oh yeah. No, it's not. It's every Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's only if you're Orthodox.
Got you. Okay.
So I'm not Orthodox. I was raised conservative Jew.
Got you.
So we just like go to synagogue and then we come home and do whatever. We eat like the same food. We don't eat like differently. Kosher. We don't do any of that shit. Well, my mom kept kosher for Passover. Passover?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, my mom always made us keep kosher for Passover, and that shit sucked. Because they had like kosher for Passover cereal, and it was so gross.
Wait, what? Kosher for Passover cereal?
Yeah, because you're not supposed to eat anything with like leavened bread in it, because the slaves from like the Jewish slaves in Egypt, they put unleavened bread on their backs and they baked in the sun, and then they ate it, and they call it just like now like they do that today to remember that. And the food was just awful. Like the kosher for Passover cereal was so gross that the birds wouldn't even eat it when we put it outside.
Damn.
Yeah, it just sat there.
That's crazy. The next one, I kind of know what the answer is too, but this is just one of the questions. What's your goal in life?
My goal in life?
Yeah. I mean, just based on how you've been talking, I mean, all of that can be your goal in life, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just, I don't really have a goal because I don't know. Goals are dumb. It's like really like, I mean, you could have short goals, but like long-term goals, I don't really believe in because shit could change in a second, and you don't know how long you're going to live. And I just try to focus on, what I said, having fun and doing what I want, not having someone tell me what to do. I don't know. It feels so much better. I mean, I think it took me years, and I know a lot of people that have jobs that when they have time off, they don't know what to do with themselves.
That is a problem I've never suffered from.
Yeah.
But I think, I think I have this whole theory about how a lot of just business, because I got a degree in business about finance, but I just that wasn't my calling. I just did it because family kind of put me in it. But anyway, and I just noticed like they all always get into some type of extreme sport, like usually like running for marathons or like any of that type of shit, you know. And I'm like, do you guys even like this, or do you guys just not know what to do with your free time? And I noticed that pattern was just, they were never doing it when they were young. They're always doing it like when they have this super job or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how some of that comes. They just need something, you know?
Yeah, they need something where they're being told what to do or they have something to do.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel that with my albums. It's like if I didn't have these albums, I wouldn't do shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do with myself. I mean, that's how I feel when I'm not on tour. That's how I felt. I mean, I still kind of feel that way when I come here. That's why I like traveling a lot. Because I still struggle with like, what am I doing? Even though I have plenty of things to do.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing with my life? Because nobody's telling me what to do.
Is that where it comes from? Because no one's telling you what to do?
You have, when you're a kid, you're conditioned to that. You're in school, you have your parents. And then when you're an adult, your parents stop. I mean, I don't live near my parents. So they don't even, like, we're in great terms, but we don't talk as much as other families. And I just think they like, well, he's doing his thing. They follow me on social media, so I think that's why they like. That's what my dad tells me. He's like, I see what you're doing on social media.
Gotcha. That's funny.
I'm like, you haven't called me in a while. He's like, yeah, I see what you're doing.
That's fun. I ended up doing the opposite. I called my mom. I live in the same town as my mom, but I call her every day. Just because I don't know why I started, but I was like, you know, she's only getting older or something, you know. Yeah. She's in her, because she had me late. She had me when she's like 45, so she's in her like late 70s, getting there to 80, you know. So like, and a lot of times, dead ass, I don't even say nothing. It's just her talking, but you know, we get to talk to each other. She gets to talk to her son, and she loves that. And like, as the time I spend with my mom, that like on Father's Day, my father been dead, you know. You know, so like I enjoy that, you know, like I can say I did that while she was here, you know.
Yeah.
And because I won't be able to do that whenever that time comes, you know.
Yeah, so. That's great. Yeah, I kind of run out of things to talk to my mom about.
No, and I literally call her, tell her, yeah, like sometimes I do have shit to say, but I'm just saying. She's like, tell me something. I'm like, just walking the dogs, like, like, but at least like we still got that interaction, you know. Yeah. So. Because even right now, like on the way to you, I called her. I'm going to Austin. She's like, all right, well, have a good trip. That was it. Like that was going to be the end. But I'm like, no. And I just said some random shit just so she has an excuse to talk, you know? Because otherwise it was just going to be, hey, I'm going to Austin. Bye. That's it. You know? Like, so.
That's great.
What are 3 things you're thankful for in life?
3 things I'm thankful for?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm thankful for weed, for sure.
Okay.
I was such a naysayer of weed.
Really? Why?
Just because I thought it made you lazy, thought it was a gateway drug, just all the cliches. And I mean, I've never done cocaine. I've never done hard drugs. And I mean, obviously weed doesn't make you lazy. Like, it always makes me even more creative and focused on things. And definitely like chilled me out a lot from like how I used to think. I mean, like, it's a classic stereotype of like, you know, you're raised Jewish and you get like neurotic, like Woody Allen or Larry David.
Yeah.
You know, I have like that sort of like tendency, but I feel like weed kind of like calms that side down a lot more. Maybe I'm wrong, but I kind of feel like
seems chill, laid back.
I mean, like it definitely puts me in a different perspective, and it doesn't fuck me up.
Gotcha.
Which I love. It's like weed doesn't impair me. It almost like pushes me to a different state of thinking that I enjoy. Other people, you know, like some people I know get paranoid or like they just don't like the feeling. But for me, like definitely it's like saved me in the last, like, because I mean, I remember seeing an interview or reading an interview with Diplo. I don't really like Diplo that much. He's kind of a piece of shit. I respect
him because he's there and shit.
Yeah, he's got like, you know, he made that MIA, what's that
One of her songs?
That big song that she first came out with. Airplanes.
Okay. Yeah.
So he made that beat. But anyway, he said like they asked him how much weed he smokes in the studio, and he's like, I don't smoke any weed. He's like, but I did when I wasn't making money.
Oh.
And I think that's why I started smoking a lot of weed.
Just because he said that?
No, I was doing that before, but
Gotcha.
I noticed like, oh, I was smoking. I mean, like weed is a great like tool. It's a great like compensation for like, all right, I'm gonna smoke this joint and make this album. You know, like that's how I am. Like, all right, I'm gonna get really high and then record this whole album.
I've seen both examples. I had a friend who like I used to hang out with a lot, and he got into weed because like girl and like same thing.
I got into weed.
That was my first time. Yeah, like,
girls are the best gateway drug.
Yeah. But like what he ended up becoming was like kind of the worst of it, in that he just stays home, plays games, and does shit. And like this was a guy.
That's him though. That's what I've realized is that
maybe
those people,
maybe that's him. But when I used to hang out with him,
he wasn't.
He was
lazy.
always a jack of all trades, dude. But he was down to do shit. Like now he just would never want to leave the house.
Yeah.
Like because he always played every instrument, knew everything about any part of the computer. He was always down to break shit and build shit, you know. And now it just seemed like, well, I'm gonna just kind of chill here, watch anime, and like. So it just seemed like.
He's smoking the wrong weed.
Maybe. I mean, it's just Texas, you know.
Yeah.
I know some people who, you know, they're able to get other better versions of it from Cali and other states, but like.
Well, there's just two different strains. There's indica and sativa, and indica will put you into couch.
So maybe he's that. I remember.
Sativa is like the daytime weed that like.
So it's funny you say that because the first time I ever did it, I was like in the zone for like, I felt like for a whole day, and I was like, this is amazing, dude. Like, and then the next couple of times I did it with her and other people, I was like, it sucks. This isn't like that. I want whatever that first was.
Oh yeah, dude. That's why people when they go to stores, like that's why, you know, any state that has legal weed, people know exactly what kind of weed they want. Some people are indica people, some people are sativa people.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting that that's something that a lot of people don't have that option when they buy weed from a dealer, from like their.
Unfortunately, yeah, because you're out here just surviving and taking what you can get instead of like picking what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's sad. Yeah. So we had said weed. Who else am I thankful for? I mean, I guess my parents, because they like.
And it could be anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta thank your parents, but like my parents kind of fucked me up in the most beautiful way, just by making me live like the most boring life in the suburbs, and I never could do what I wanted, and I was just so angsty, and I was like, I'm getting out of here. So yeah. I mean, I'm grateful for Chicago. I feel like Chicago really shaped me as a person. I learned a lot.
Okay.
Like so much of my adult life was spent in Chicago.
Got you.
So I learned everything.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed when I ask people that, and like they won't say the obvious thing like music or none of that. They say that, I'm like, that's cool. That's good.
What? Oh, thankful for music? I guess I guess I tweaked, but I just think about things that shaped the music. Like if it wasn't for music, if it wasn't for Chicago, I wouldn't have made the music that I made.
Got you.
100%.
Got you.
Like I wouldn't have. I never listened to rap as a kid. I started listening to rap because of Chicago. Because I played Pitchfork Festival in 2010. I mean, really, it's because of Atlanta, because I listened to Big Boy from Outkast.
Oh, shit.
His album. And that was the first rap album I listened to the whole thing, and I was like, I love this. And I was like, I need to listen to every rap album that's ever been made. And I just started listening to like the top rap. Like I look up the best rap albums of all time, like all those stupid lists.
Yeah.
You know, you could listen to Nas, Illmatic, Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, you know, the classics, Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
And then, I just went from there and just started listening to new shit and then just finding everything.
That's what's up.
And it's been fun because like a lot of people are jaded or, you know, they're already stuck in their ways of what they like. And I'm just like, I like it all.
That's what's up.
This is cool.
I feel like for music, I'm kind of in that way with myself right now.
Well, that's how I feel with rock music, dude. I'm jaded with rock music. I think rock music sucks. I hate rock music. Like, I have a hatred for it now.
Damn, actual hatred?
Whereas, like, turn this shit off. Like, my roommates are in a metal band. They're the nicest people ever, but I hate their metal band.
You must hate practice,
I hope they're not listening. Yeah, they practice every Thursday. But, dude, I hate it.
Do you just
hate
leave
the
that day?
music.
Do you just make sure to leave that day?
I try to, yeah. Sometimes I'm stuck here though, because I don't have anything else to do, and I'm like, oh fuck.
That's funny.
So I just put headphones on.
The next one, I don't think you'll like, considering how you answered the goal one, but where you see yourself 3 years in the future?
3 years?
Just 3? Yeah.
I only know 2 years.
All right, do that one. Do that.
Well, 2020, I'm doing all 50 states again.
Oh,
and
shit.
There's 52.
Tour or?
Yeah, I'm gonna play a show, but I'm also gonna record an album in each
For each
state.
one? Gotcha. Why 2020? Like,
because it's the 10-year anniversary of my 50 states project.
All right.
And I did a song in each state, so I was like, oh, let's just do an album in each state. And then I can live in each state for a week because there's 52 weeks in the year.
Damn.
Yeah, so I just live in each state.
That's badass, dude. That's that type of shit, man. That, I mean, you're already doing so much, but that's the type of shit where it'd be nice to have like document of that, you know, some type of a documentary going on to that shit.
Yeah, hopefully somebody will film all of it.
Yeah, man.
I hope so. But yeah, I have someone making a documentary of me right now.
That's badass.
I mean, he's kind of a piece of shit.
That is. Good.
I feel like he's gonna make it look like he's gonna make me look like an asshole. But it's cool.
I wanted to do one on a friend. He lives here now. He used to live in San Antonio, but he used to run this metal festival. That he was doing, I guess, a lot of things that now a lot of festivals in our area are doing. But I guess he was one of the first timers. But a lot of things went wrong. You know, like it's hard. You know, being the guy in charge of all that shit. And he's like, I won't do it just because he thinks a lot of people from that scene still hate him, and he's like, I don't even want to broadcast myself to that world anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So, but at some point, I'll try myself at the documentary, because I mean, I already love the talking on the podcast and so much. Like, it's not gonna be all these artsy shots that you see. It'd probably just be a lot of talking and then maybe showing the areas that are important to that person's life. But I'm like, I can do one. Why not, right? Like, I have a fucking camera, just do it. You know, like, I mean, that's how I started with all this shit. I saw a Boiler Room, and I was like, the old Boiler Room, not now. Now it's a fucking amazing production suite going on. But the old Boiler Room was just like the real first one was like a fucking 20 frame camera, and like they would just move like this while they were DJing, dead ass, like the original ones.
Yeah.
But by the time I truly hear about it, I'm like, all right, it's just one camera from the DJ. Let me just go buy a GoPro. And I was like, I don't know shit about video, but I'm sure I can hit record. You know? Like,
yeah.
And then just take it from there. Yeah, just start. What is the perfect day?
The perfect day?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, it's anytime I wake up in bed with a girl that I really like is the perfect day. And then you get coffee with her.
Oops. Yeah.
I mean, I always want a day. I mean, it's apparently like it's not good to stay in bed all day, right? It's like you got some mental issues, I guess. If you're like, like, I just think of Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys. He like stayed in bed for a year.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's different than a day, though.
Yeah, for sure. But I've never really successfully stayed in bed all day. But just to be in bed all day with a girl that you really like would be the perfect day. And then just like a lot of weed and you know, just entertainment, endless entertainment, fun times.
Gotcha.
Maybe like 2 girls in bed.
Uh-oh.
I have yet to like successfully have a threesome.
But you did a whole album on it.
Yeah, I know.
So I kind of assumed that's
well, I had this girl on tour that was trying to facilitate a threesome with her roommate in Philadelphia when I was on tour.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. And so I decided to make a whole album about threesomes.
About the disappointment of it, or like?
Well, no, just about threesomes in general. Okay. About how I wouldn't mind having a threesome. I'm not, you know, I don't think it's good to have a threesome when you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't have a girlfriend. This would be the best time to have a threesome. So I was like, I'll make an album about it and it'll happen, but it hasn't happened yet. But one day. I don't know. But yeah, sex albums are like a real. I'm planning a bunch more.
Oh
yeah, I got one about spanking.
Oh shit, damn, that is like such a defined topic. Like,
well, yeah, a lot of girls like getting spanked, so I was like, I don't even really like spanking girls that much, but girls like it, so I was like, it's kind of funny.
Hey man, you gotta give them what they want, like you said.
Yeah, and I have a lot of girls that listen to my music, so I was like, this is perfect. And so yeah, I made an album about spanking. Yeah, I got. I don't know.
Would you say is it more male or girls as for fans, male or female?
I got more girl fans.
Really?
Yeah, it's like very close. It's kind of tight. It's like 50% girls, or it's. I mean, it's you know how there's like 1% or 2% that's didn't put their gender on Spotify.
Yeah.
So I have like that 2% thing that's off. So I don't remember what the percentage is, but like I know it's girls. Or
Well,
like,
when you play live, do you pick new shit or do you like? Is there like a hits list for you?
yeah, I just do the hits.
Okay.
Yeah. I just look at my most played songs on Spotify and I play them.
And that's where you
live.
play those.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because that's what people are like. Oh, I know this song.
Yeah. This is the last one, but it's a 3-parter.
Okay.
I like, I wish, I wonder, right? But for the last year, so I like that I did. I wish I had done. I wonder what would have happened if just for the last year of your life.
Wait, say I like.
So yeah, I'll do it by one part. So I like that I did, and then for last year, like anything you like that you did last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
I like.
Or
that.
like I'm sorry, for the last year of your life. So the last 12 months. So it could be this year too, but for the last 12 months of your life.
What the fuck did I do in the past?
You only put out like how many albums?
Yeah, I guess I like that I did 2 albums a month last year.
Yeah.
That was lit.
I wish I had done.
I wish I had done 3 albums a month.
And I wonder what would have happened if.
I wonder what would happen if I did an album a week.
Fuck. But from the way you talking, it's about to come. We're getting there.
Yeah, I gotta get there. I gotta do it. I mean, even if it doesn't really help me out, it's kind of like I just gotta do it for myself.
Got you.
Just because then at least it's a story.
Yeah, why not?
I think if anything, it's a story more so than like a money-making scheme.
Almost every experience is worth it just for that, the story.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be like, I mean, it's super cliche to say this, but you gotta be willing to go broke and to just do what you want.
It is super cliche, but I feel like as a person who I feel like right now is being held back by his own fears,
Yeah.
I sometimes think maybe that is the only way, you know? Go
really?
broke. Go for broke.
Yeah, because this, dude, going broke isn't bad. I've been broke for so long and I was happy. I was probably happier.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still happy as fuck, but like, there's times where I can think I was so happy and I couldn't even afford like a beer. I was like, oh, I can't get a beer.
Gotcha.
It's like now I can get a beer whenever I want, but I don't even want to drink anymore. It's so funny how that works.
Yeah, man.
It's great.
That's
Love
life. It. That's the story.
Yeah,
of life.
I really have a hard time with like I want to eat unhealthy food, but I'm like, no. I can find myself going through the grocery store and like grabbing things that I'm like, I really want this, and then I put it back.
So are you on some type of special diet right now?
No.
Okay.
I just every time like I just have this like fucking thing, like a debate. Like I had it going on in the grocery store today. Like I picked up a beer and I was like, I don't want this. Why am I picking this up to like? I'm not. I don't want it tonight.
The
Don't
culture
want a
is
beer.
telling us we do, quote unquote.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're used to it. Like, oh, 1 beer is cool, but it's like I don't need this.
Yeah.
What am I drinking for?
I have that with like kettle chips, Cheez-Its, and like any type of the Mexican sodas with the sugar.
Yeah.
But then like sometimes I'll indulge in them and I'm like, this tasted so much better in my memory than it really does.
Dude, that's how I used to drink so much soda as a kid, and soda.
I used to buy 3 liters by myself for me.
Yeah, so
While
bad.
Black Red.
So I replaced it with kombucha.
Oh shit, that's some newer stuff. I've had that at my friend who has a startup. They always have
like,
that shit.
Kombucha, there's a company here that does soda kombucha.
Yeah,
And that is
that.
the shit, dude. It's cheap. It's delicious. They make, I just had one today that was apple cider vinegar.
Oh wow.
Because that's apparently really good for you. It lowers your blood sugar and it does all this crazy shit. It's good for your body.
Yeah.
Detoxifies your body or
Yeah.
whatever. It helps your stomach like digest fuck shit. Digest
Digest the fuck
Cheez-Its.
shit.
Yeah. But yeah, they make like that one was like cherry soda flavored and it was delicious. And I was like, because I don't want apple cider vinegar is so gross to me.
Yeah.
Like, and I know, but I now I know it's really good. And they only put 2 teaspoons in it.
Gotcha.
But they mixed it with like coconut vinegar, which is also filled with a lot of vitamins and it's really good for you as well. So I don't know. I try to find things that replicate all the unhealthy shit that I love with shit that like you're supposed to be drinking.
Yeah.
Like probiotics.
That's the tech. That's the smart stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I find myself picking up shit all the time, and I'm like, I don't want this. Like I gave up M&Ms. I used to do M&Ms all the time.
Only candy I ever liked was Smarties.
Smarties?
I love
good
fucking
thing Smarties are never staring you in the face.
Nah.
When you're in line at the grocery store.
Most of the world doesn't really like it, but I love the fucking purple ones the most too.
The purple ones.
If I could just get a purple, like a
I don't
rack
even
of.
know what you're talking about. I've never seen purple Smarties.
Well, just like Smarties come in like all these colors, and one of them is like purple. It's like a light purple, so that's the grape one, I guess. Something about like growing up where I grew up and grape anything, grape drink,
grape. Anything.
Yeah, grape, grape soda, just grape drink.
Grape
juice,
anything.
like all the grape stuff is like a thing for me.
Yeah, I feel you. No, I feel you, man. They get you as a kid.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
Yeah, and now like I'm like the only like right now I'm kind of doing like a little diet right now, something to try to lose weight. Not even to look good. I'll take it. I want to, but it really comes from like I let myself go so much that I was finally like feeling like the pain of like being out of shape, and I was like, this ain't good for what I want to do.
Yeah.
But the only food I would say that I kind of would miss is like pizza, and everything else I give a shit about. Pizza's when I go back to normal, pizza's coming back. But everything else, I'm like, maybe not. Who cares, you know?
So like, what are you doing differently? What are you eating?
I'm attempting to try the keto, but I'm probably not following it perfect in the sense that I'm probably just not eating enough fat, which makes it more Atkins than keto. But I'm trying to do that. I used to do intermediate fasting a lot, so I'm almost doing both at the same time, intermediate fasting with that. But basically, I'm just eating a lot of meat and salad, just going off carbs for the most part, you know? Because like I was getting a lot of swelling and inflammation around my foot for no reason, and I'm like, yo, it's almost giving me like a diabetes scare or some bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let me like chill the fuck out, because I used to eat whatever the fuck I want my whole life, and maybe now this is the price, you know? Like, I just can't do that no more, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not ready to die yet for food. Not for food, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Gotta be something better than that.
That's the hardest part about food. It's just, like, so hard to eat healthy when there's no healthy options.
In my head, I'm always like, why, of all the shit we've made as a society, why can't we get the healthy Cheez-It? Why can't we get the healthy?
No, it exists. It's probably gonna be like $6 for the box.
Yeah, there's a company, Quest Nutrition, that I've never had them, but they supposedly make good tasting food.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you just said, it's gonna be mega expensive.
Yeah, they gotta figure out price points that are. People just it's so unfortunate that the cheaper something is, the more unhealthy it is.
That's fucking mad, right? Like,
yeah, I mean,
how's McDonald's? All these motherfuckers, dude.
Well, that's what's insane is that like there was a time in life where if you were overweight, you were rich.
There was, and that can still happen because they just might indulge on expensive dumb shit.
But most people who are overweight in America are poor.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because they're ill-informed and they're eating shitty food.
I mean, right now with $1 at McDonald's, yo, we will get one burger, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So maybe even two. It would be a small two, but I mean, like some double burger bullshit or something, you know?
Oh my God. Dude.
So
I haven't had McDonald's in so long.
Last time I had McDonald's, though, this doesn't really count because I never really hated their breakfast, but their burgers, I've been retired. Like I can't remember the last time. I remember the last time I had a burger, but it was because I was forced to. But in terms of me wanting to go have an actual burger, I don't remember.
Dude, I don't fuck with McDonald's, but
not eating the breakfast shit.
But their bathrooms are amazing.
They are.
They have great bathrooms.
Why do they have great bathrooms?
Because you can walk into any McDonald's in anywhere and just use the bathroom, no questions asked, walk out.
That's why I was in McDonald's last, because I believe the best travel center in America is Walmart. And I was sleeping on a Walmart. And when I woke up because of the sun, it was in Phoenix, so it's fucking hot. The sun woke me up.
Yeah.
And I just go use their bath. They have the whole store if you want, but I was like, oh, McDonald's just open. Let me get this breakfast, you know? It's like all there for you, dude. And no one cares that you're sleeping in their damn parking lot.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. But
shout out Walmart.
There you go. Sponsor us. But yeah, where can they find you online? Obviously Spotify, but I mean,
You go to google.com and you type in Netherfriends, Nether, and friends. It's like the Netherlands, but Netherfriends.
got you.
Yeah.
Which social would you say you're the most active that they should definitely be
I
following
guess
you on?
Instagram. I need to boost my clout on Instagram so I can get a booking agent, because booking agents don't care about you until you got the clout.
How many followers do you think you need?
I don't know, a lot. Like, they need to know that I got like diehard followers that are like, I'm gonna kill for Netherfriends. I'll kill
Gotcha.
someone.
Damn.
You know,
Damn.
that's what I need.
Gotcha.
I don't need that. But if like I get a lot of messages from kids that are like, why aren't you famous? And I'm like, why aren't you like making me famous?
What was it? There was a song, right, where it's like, my fans are fuck
My
boys.
fans are fuck boys. This is the ultimate truth.
Shit, if you want me to be famous, you need to share this song even more than you do.
Yeah, it's like so many kids on YouTube comment that shit like, oh, I can't believe you're not famous. Like, yeah.
That should always be your response. Just that song. Just always that
Yeah.
song. But yeah, man, that's it. You last words before we go?
Last words?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not good at last words. Just listen to me on Spotify.
There you go.
That's it. I'm trying to buy a Tesla.
Listen to that man. Yeah, he wants his mom to finally respect
Yeah,
his craft.
If I buy a Tesla, my mom's gonna finally get off my back and stop telling me to get a job at a coffee shop.
There you go.
Skirt.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna skirt past my mom.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna hit her
Burn
with the
rubber.
Migos. All right, man. We done, man. Bake that chicken, smoke that turkey. Boosh.